Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Touching Tips, a podcast dedicated to the world of PSVR 2. My name is Karen Alive and Well, and I'll be introducing your hosts. From the west of Ireland, he is a visionary, a leader, a sensual and generous lover, as I can attest. Petrifying Pumpkins. Pumpkins was once a successful businessman before a tragic incident left him with stage 2 ligma of the mind. No longer able to run his multinational POG corporation, Pumpkins turned to his other passion, PSVR. Hence this channel and later podcast were born. Pumpkins is famous all over the world thanks to the various Easter eggs dedicated to him in PSVR exclusive Firewall 0 Hour. Most famously, if you go to the hangar map in the air control tower, you will see radar screens with various aircraft designations that, when combined, spell out Petrifying Pumpkins. It really does make him better than you. From Mexico, he has many names: El Chupacabra, El Fuego, El Pasión. But around here we call him Mr. 777 or Jackpot. Mr. 777 moved to the United States as a wee lad. A former Xbox fan, Jackpot gave up on Team Green when he discovered the future is virtual reality, and has been on PlayStation since. Jackpot lives with his mother in her basement. She reached out to Pumpkins, begging him to let Jackpot be a co-host as she worries about his lack of social communication skills, as you will soon see for yourselves. He turned to marijuana at a young age and has reached a stage where if he were to ever stop smoking, the shock to his system would kill him immediately. Jackpot has a heavily stained pillow that he calls Amanda. He believes that she is real and that he is in a long-term relationship with her. His catchphrase is, "Bitch." And finally, all the way from the frigid wastes of Canada, comes Muzz. Muzz has a passion for maple syrup and discussing PSVR 2. He once got lost in the frozen tundra of northern Canada with his best friend. The ordeal was harrowing and led to Muzz eating the remains of his friend in order to survive. Shortly after, Muzz turned to VR gaming as a way to escape the horrors of the reality he leaves every time he puts on the headset. It's worth noting that while Muzz maintains his best friend was dead before he began to consume him, later studies of the remains hinted at the possibility that the friend died from infections that were caused from bites, though due to a handling error, the evidence was deemed inadmissible and Muzz walked free. He also has a cat. Without further ado, let the show begin. I've been Karen Alive and Well, and I will now hand you over to the strong, sexy hands of Pumpkins. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and all that usual YouTube shite.
What the fuck is this?
Alright.
Is your computer alive?
Just about alive. I don't like Muzz. Oh, Muzz has gone too low. Why is it happening? Don't worry, Muzz. I'll lift you. I'll take you into my strong arms and you will ascend. There you go. Get ascended. I think Jackpot's okay. Muzz is okay. How's the audio for everyone? Test.
Hello.
Jeremiah lolling at the thumbnail.
My mic.
Donnie, don't get off work until 8. So delay as much as possible. I don't know what that is in my time, Donnie. An hour away? Is that what that is? EST? I think you're 5 hours behind. LSP shaking his head, and he says you can touch my tip anytime. Who's that directed toward? Me or Jackpot? I feel like it's Jackpot.
No thanks.
My mic is a little low. Is my mic better if I get closer?
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, lick it.
Can you hear it? Can you hear me now better?
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me better now?
Ray Schwartz is peeping as well. How you doing, Ray Schwartz and LSB and everyone else who may or may not be watching right now? And welcome to episode 82, I think, of Touching Tips. Damn. We got some interesting things to talk about this week. We got Phasmophobia news. We've got Aces of Thunder news, which just dropped a few hours ago. We've got Sony putting out a blog post talking about some PSVR 2 games, which is, you know, Blue Moon kind of event. So we got that to talk about. A few other things to talk about as well, including Eric and Age, Zenith getting shut down, kind of, and other stuff.
Or
Uh,
Zenith.
but before we do, Muzz Jackpot,
Seen it.
how have you been since last we spoke? Have you popped your cherries yet?
No.
And he did.
No. Jackpot, is there any point in asking you, like, have you been playing anything other than Contractors?
Yeah.
Pool.
We've been playing something else.
Miracle Pool. Anything other than Contractors and Miracle Pool? Have you touched your PSVR 2 headset?
No.
No.
Man.
Are you ever going to touch it again?
What the hell is Miracle Poo? What the hell?
That's
is
the
that
mixed
pool?
reality pool game.
It's the best pool game.
Oh.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna.
Right.
No, I mean, I was thinking maybe with Ghost of Tabor, but that. I mean, unless the control feedback and all that feels a lot better and it's very popular, I might play it in there. But I mean, you tell me. I mean, I know Behemoth is coming or whatever, but
That's coming to Quest and PC as well.
right.
But,
So yeah, I don't think I will.
I mean,
yeah.
we're going to talk about Aces of Thunder soon, but that's coming to PC now as well. So do you think you'll get that on PC instead of PlayStation?
Good question.
No.
I don't.
yeah,
I probably will
haptics.
get it on the PlayStation because of the haptics. Yeah, even though it might be minimum, it's still nice.
Yeah, Muzz, you're
And the
kinda-
headset with the HDR and all that shit, it might look a little bit better. So yeah, I'll probably do the PlayStation. Actually, that's probably the one game that I'll touch it again.
So Muzz was a little bit low as well, disgusting. But I think that could be when like Discord doing like when one person is talking, it kind of lowers the volume on somebody else. Maybe that's what that was because I couldn't hear what you were saying. You were
My
trying to say-
low, because my thing it's
No,
a
you're
little- my
good.
thing is-
Well, on my end, you're good. It's just LSB notes that Muzz was a little bit low, but when nobody else is talking, I hear him fine.
Oh, we did some big screen too. We watched some Planet Earth 3.
What's that
Planet
big
about?
Earth.
screen.
What
You just
animals
get
did you
s-
watch?
Just got stoned, didn't you, and watched that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was me, Amanda, let's be Decepticon, and Pete. Pete
Damn,
joined
Pete
us.
was there. Was it a reptile episode you were watching?
Next one, I'm gonna download the episode for the reptiles because we have to test the guy in the show. You know, the old guy that talks. I don't know if I trust
David
him. so
Attenborough.
I need Pete there to fact check everything about the reptiles. You know,
Yeah,
because I thought something like, oh, this can be eaten by a snake, and Pete's like, no, the snake can't eat that. And I was like, wait,
But then
what?
hold on a sec. Keep in mind he's a like snake sympathizer, so he's going to try and paint them in a positive light if he can. You know, so I don't know if I
Of
trust
course,
Pete
but that's
either.
why it's like
Thanks.
5 of us
They're-
against
they're,
one.
They're good
so-
guys. They're your friends.
Yeah.
Cut them.
Yeah,
And his tongue just
all of
comes
us
out
against
and
him,
licks
so-
the air. He can taste the scents in the air.
They misunderstood.
He's a fork.
Yeah,
He's
he
forked
probably
tongue
defended.
Pete. That's what they
Didn't you
call
watch
it.
But
Steve Irwin?
He
Steve
starts
Irwin
eating-
showed that they were
Gets a little-
misunderstood.
Gets a little calcium tablets. Nibbles
Yeah.
on that for the whole show.
we did that.
Is Planet Earth 3 the one with the lizard and he's running around the rocks and all the snakes are trying to kill him? There's like 100 snakes trying to kill him and he just like escapes miraculously. Like it's
I
ridiculously
think that's
cool.
one of the first ones. No,
Alright, that's a shame.
I'm working a little bit on Dreams. Finally,
Damn. Well, I'd forgotten all about that. The fact that you were still working on that. How
I am here and there.
have you like forgotten it? Has it been so long that you're like, damn, how do I do anything now?
I mean, I've never was that great at it to begin with, but no, I didn't really forget a lot of the stuff. Every time I play, I've learned a way to do certain things or things faster or whatever not. So, yeah, it's still frustrating. Feels more like a job than playing. So,
You're doing it to yourself.
So that's
You're
why-
doing it to yourself, making it so like
I
a
know, but I
fucking
gotta
movie
finish
length.
it. You know, I gotta
How
finish
close are you? How much is left?
Minute wise or percentage?
Let's give us a
Percentage.
percent. It's gonna be 50.
Uh,
It's gonna say 50 again, isn't it? You've been saying 50%
Probably
for like 60 years.
It's because I added more shit. I added
Yeah,
more stuff. I
yeah.
added
You say that
another
every
thing.
time.
60%, 62.5%. Not so much.
Okay.
Thinking this film's never gonna release, you guys.
It might not.
Yeah, it's like,
It might not.
it's like Phasmophobia over here. Muzz, how about you? You put on that little headset. And you're...
I played some Pavlov. That's what I did.
Okay, very nice.
I played some Pavlov.
Bit of push.
That's about
You
it.
trying that new mode, or you don't care for that mode, do you? Much.
I played a little bit of it, but I do like just regular deathmatch. normal old team deathmatch better.
I see. Well, there you go.
Because you can use more of the map. I like using more of the map. They should
Fair
just,
enough.
if they open up the map more, like make the whole map available when you play it, then I would probably play it more.
All right. Well, that's like the point is to like push through certain segments at a time, and then by the end you kind of have the whole thing unlocked. I think.
But I just don't like how like if it's focusing on a certain area, and there's literally like a pathway that comes this direction, and there's also a way to go from the other direction. You can't go all the way around to that other direction because it stops you like as you try to travel around that way. It's like, no, you're out of bounds. And it's like, no, just like 50 more feet, I can get to that spot where I can go around the other way. But no, they don't let you.
Yeah.
So
It is restrictive.
Irritating.
It is restrictive. I've been shopping for the PC. You know, as you may have seen on the stream I did yesterday, I got some help, especially from Deadeye Dan. I got a lot of help from him financially.
AKA Sugar Daddy.
Sugar Dan.
How many dick pics have you sent him?
Oh man, I'm sick. I'm sick. My fingers sore from hitting the shutter button on the camera so much. But yeah, I also need to thank Rogue as well for all that expertise, and Donnie who's giving some advice as well, and a few people joined the stream that I don't even recognize, and they were like giving me some good advice too. But it's not just Dan who's funding the PC, it's everyone who's a member. So let me thank everyone who's a member also, because all that money is going toward this PC, which hopefully in like 2 weeks I might have, roughly. We've got to wait and see. Definitely early August.
Just promise us, pumpkins, you'll never boot up Legendary Tales anywhere near it, okay?
No, that game's gone. That game is gone.
Delete it. Just delete it, just to be safe.
Bin. Can't believe that developer never sent me a new television. Lincoln Clay is here. How you doing? Lincoln Clay says, pumpkins, you are a PC Padawan. Ooh, that's a Star Wars reference, which I don't take kindly to. I'm not a Star Wars fan. I assume it means a noob.
I appreciate it.
There you go. But you will soon join the master race. There you go. I don't know. I'm going to be like a mole, an inside mole. I'm going to report every time I have an issue with the driver or anything like that. You better believe I'm going to be bitching about it.
You're such a little bitch. You're not going to have as many issues as you think.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. It's very soon. Very soon we'll see. Roy Schwartz says, lol, I have a 4080 Super in my cart. Damn. MSI. Oh yeah, so the website I was using only lets you use like Asus or Asus. I don't know what that brand is, but I was told I should go for MSI, so I don't know what the difference is really, but it looks like Roy's got that premium model, whereas I'm going for that Wish.com Asus model, but hopefully it'll be good. LSB says, you guys are all good now, thank you for letting us know. And Dan Parker, nice to see you again. And of course Deadeye Dan, the man himself, with the purple pumpkin and the pockets full of cash. Thank you very much, Deadeye Dan. We ready to start the first topic?
Let's talk about stuff,
which is always the one I love to talk about the most. Phasmophobia, because we finally got an update where they said, you know, remember a few weeks ago, they're like, in the coming weeks we'll talk about the console release, we'll let you know about it, and we all assumed they'd drop like maybe a release date, or maybe they'd just be like, it's out now, you know, just like a stealth drop, we're ready to go. We were just waiting on Sony's certification. No, that's right, Muzz, it's not going to happen. We did get a release window though. It's coming this year during their in-game Halloween event. And if you go by the last year Halloween event, yeah. Yes. How are you not aware?
That's what they said last year.
How did you not? How did you miss this whole discussion in Discord?
Maybe he's been. Is that a
I'm
joke?
just saying.
He's making a joke because
I'm being sarcastic. I'm saying that's what they said last year. It was going to come out, and it didn't.
I just wasn't aware that you had that kind of a depth to your humor. I didn't know you could do sarcasm.
I know.
I didn't know you could do this.
You were just looking too far in advance. You just overshot it by a year.
We were all joking about that. It's like, oh yeah, Halloween 2024. That's when it's going to come. And here we are. And just for the record as well, the last Halloween event they did started on the 26th of October. So it's really late in the month. So it's not even early October. Which is kind of shit. Like, wouldn't you want the whole month? You know, the whole October is supposed to be spooky month. You'd want it should be out in September, and then that gives you the whole month to enjoy of October instead of just the last week.
Yeah,
but anyway,
Halloween technically starts way before Halloween, the actual day.
Yeah,
Hell, we're starting to get Halloween stuff in at our store now.
There you go.
Damn. As soon as one holiday, immediately stuff
Yeah.
this shit with the next one.
Next batch of money grubbing stuff.
But luckily for me, I'm going to have a PC, so it's not going to affect me. I'm not waiting that long. You know, fuck that wait.
Well,
and I can't believe that they didn't. Out of all this time and all this waiting, they just couldn't fix the voice chat.
Yes, I was going to get
for sure. Still not happening.
They're
Like,
they're saying not at launch.
That would have been the only
my
saving grace. That
God.
would have been the only saving grace to all this delay.
Why are we even talking
No, I'm
about
sorry.
it?
No, I'm sorry. That's wrong. They didn't. They said as it is right now, it's not functioning. That they're hoping into. So maybe at launch they could have something done by launch.
Well, they could, but it's been so long. Like,
But
is
what's
it really gonna be there?
also interesting is last year they're like it's working on Xbox but not on PlayStation. But this time they're saying like all consoles, like it's not working for even Xbox. It sounds like for whatever reason. But let me read out some quotes.
Yeah, who cares? Who cares about Xbox?
Yeah, fuck that.
No
But
one
just
cares.
so they're saying we are collaborating with Unity to work on the console release, as well as general performance optimizations for both console and PC. This will ensure that the console update runs optimally and to the high standards that we set for the game. Working with them means that we can work alongside them on new content for all platforms, allowing faster development of new updates. Future updates for the game will be released on all platforms simultaneously to ensure that crossplay is always available, which is cool. And then they had a little FAQ, an updated FAQ. There's more stuff here, but I just want to highlight like 4 important ones, I think. Two important ones. Will voice recognition be supported? At the current stage of development, console players will be required to use our text input for voice recognition. We are working on a solution for this. We will announce if this changes. But I like the idea that they say they're working on a solution for it. So, there's hope.
I mean, clearly they are, but still, it sucks that it's not there. After what year?
Yeah.
Of knowing this was going to
But
happen?
maybe they kind of put that in the back burner to just sort out the main shit first because, probably that was a lower priority. Another FAQ question was how much is it going to be? So they're saying they're going to increase the price of Phasmophobia on all platforms later this year to $20 due to the amount of content and playtime added since the start of early access. We feel this is a fair increase.
You gotta cut it up because your internet's trash.
I'm sorry.
$20?
Yes, $20.
Yep, that makes sense.
So I
So
think
it's still really cheap for this game, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
But-
$46.35.
What's it now? Is it like $12 now or $14 now or some shit?
I think it's $14 or $13.99, something around there.
Yeah, I'm getting it at that price because I'm not waiting till October. I'm waiting till August. All right. So if it wasn't for the PC thing, I'd be really mad about this right now. I mean, I'd be happy that it's still coming, that it's not cancelled, because some people were kind of spreading that around that they're canceling the console version. That got me worried.
What you're saying is Sony lost a sale.
Sony lost a sale. Yeah, thanks to Sony, I'm giving Steam my money instead of them.
You blew it.
And
how many other people are just gonna buy it on Steam now when they get the PS?
Yeah, well,
PSVR
I don't know. There'll be dozens of us, maybe. How many people are actually going to get this? I don't know. I'd love to see if they release sales
I like to live in
figures.
my own little bubble where this is a big deal. And
everyone's crazy for this.
But it's like a little speck of dust in the sandstorm that is gaming. So
There you go. Like
no one cares.
fucking 5,000 people buy it day one. I just thought it was interesting that they didn't actually mention PSVR 2 at all this time. So we don't know anything about haptics or if it's going to have dynamic full-phased rendering or whatever. But maybe the fact that they're working with Unity themselves might, speed that up or enable them to achieve dynamic full-phased rendering or something like that. But yeah, officially the PC adapter is now, if you want to play Phasmophobia on a PSVR 2 headset, the quickest way to do that is to get a PC. Then you can do it in August.
I just want them to get rid of the fingers. Yeah.
That's not, well, I think that's going to be one of their big 1.0 updates or whatever. It's probably a long time away.
More death animations, yes.
Yeah. But I haven't, give me a chance to get bored of the fingers first, like you are. How many, you've probably got a few hundred hours into Phasmophobia. I've got nothing. I haven't experienced them fingers one time.
Get fingered a couple times.
I just want to get fingered a few hundred times. I won't get fingered because I won't get caught. I'm gonna win the
Yeah,
games.
right.
I'm gonna win. I don't think you've ever won a. Have you ever correctly identified a ghost in that
All the time. All the time. You
No.
know?
Not on stream. That
Me
I
and
know.
Decepticon. Listen.
game? Loads of times
I'm in
off
the
stream, baby. I
Yep.
swear this never happens before. We always get the ghost, baby. It's not like
As
this.
soon as I turn on the camera, it's just bad luck, guys.
Listen, these guys, as soon as there's any activity, they all run away and leave me alone.
Yeah. And you're
And
always
I
fucking
get-
aggravating the ghost on purpose and shit. But that's part of the fun.
No.
It's calling its name and shit. But that's like a big.
I'm trying to take a picture. If it says take a picture on the board of the ghost, how am I going to take a picture if it doesn't come out? I got to tell him to come out so I can take a picture of him.
No, I
And
get it.
sometimes I have to sacrifice myself for the team, for the money, you know,
I
for
understand.
that shot.
I understand. Although that is just a bonus objective, so you're like killing people just for like fucking $20 or something, so you can buy a
I'm sacrificing myself.
box of matches or
and-
something.
Nah.
But yeah, that's the lack of voice recognition. Because I was watching a stream the last day of like a big Phasmophobia YouTuber. He's a Ins. I don't know how to say his name. It's a weird Insim or something like that. But he was like using the Ouija board that you can find in the game. He's just like asking the questions naturally. That'd be shit if it was like you have to pull up a text box and pick the questions you want to ask. I mean, it's still doable. I'd still do it, but just
I think
the way
it just tells you where it is when you got.
No, he was
the-
asking all
the-
kinds of questions. He was like, "How old are you?" And I told him a number. I was like, "What room are you in?" And I was like, "Garage," and all this kind of shit. And you know, he was
Nice.
able to figure things out based on that.
Nice.
So there's multiple things you can ask. And he was like doing it quick. You know, he just asked it once and it did it straight away. There was no issues. You know, the voice recognition was good. So you know, that's like a key feature that I wouldn't want to have absent on the PSVR 2
Yeah.
version. Which sadly it sounds like it probably will be. Deladan says Asus is a more expensive MSI. I'm sorry. Asus is more expensive. MSI is usually cheaper. Is all damn. So it's the other way around. Sorry, I just got something repeating on me. Shades says the website he was using only showed him Asus. Are we sure he built a PC and didn't just pay €1,800, not pounds, to an OnlyFans model? Could be. Could be the triple D's. Liquid cooled and hella LEDs. Says Roy. Is that your rig now, Roy? All tricked up. Dan says think they just had a lot going on trying to release PlayStation version is why the Halloween event was late as well. Yeah, it's not just the PlayStation version either because they got to get the flat version for PS5 and the Xbox version. So, and they're a small, tiny, independent studio as well. And then they had that office fire and all that shit, so that's all slowed them down a lot. So Muzz, I like obviously Jackpot. You already have this game, but Muzz, the option for you now is: will you be getting that PC adapter and playing Phasmophobia there, or are you gonna tough it out for the PSVR 2? You going straight in? You're not waiting around.
Yeah. No, especially since they don't even have the voice recognition working on it. Like, there's no point in waiting anymore.
Okay, so
even
Sony.
Even if they said, oh, it's going to have cool haptics and feedback, and it's going to even have better visuals in the PSVR 2 version, it's just like, yeah, but the voice recognition is a big thing in the game, so I'd rather have that than the slightly better visuals. If that's the case, that is. We don't even know.
If they patch voice recognition into the console version, I might consider double dipping then if it's like, you know, the haptics and shit like that are really cool.
Yep.
Because it is only 20 at the end of the day, which
Yeah.
isn't a crazy amount.
I think I would rather play it on PlayStation VR.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to play all my games on PSVR 2,
Yeah,
you know?
I
But
know.
sadly, I
That'd be
can't. Dan Parker says, do you use weapons on Phasmophobia? Like, what's the actual gameplay loop? You're like an investigator. You're basically trying to figure out what the ghost is. And there's like a large selection of ghosts, like is it 30 now or something? There's like at least 28 or something like that. And each ones do different things, and you got loads of different gear. So like a crucifix might burn, and that might give you a clue that it's a demon. Or you might see an orb in night vision camera, and that might tell you that it's some other type of ghost or whatever. But like, it just has like endless replayability because you never know what type of ghost it is, and then each ghost can have a randomized personality. Like some of them are shy, and then some of them are really aggressive. So it's just like fun trying to figure out what ghost it is without the ghost killing you. And then if you got co-op, like four player co-op, and then the people start dying one by one, and like, you know, it just looks really exciting that you're the last person left or something like that. Like that'd probably be a bit spooky.
There's different side objectives too to win money, unlock different equipment. The equipment has different tiers, and there's different locations and different things for gameplay like that. In the closet, you can hide from the ghost. All kinds of different shit, but it's fun.
Yeah, and it was originally designed for VR, and then they were like, okay, we'll make a flat version too. It got really popular for a while when it came out first, with the flatties.
Yeah.
Shade says you make money off successfully gathering evidence, completing bonus objectives, and getting the ghost type right. You spend money on upgrading gear, and there's loads of gear. Tripods, cameras, candles, smudge sticks, salt, and all this kind of shit. And each one of those things has like 3 tiers. I've been looking forward to this Phasmophobia for a very, very long time.
Like what, 4 years? Fucking
yeah,
Forever.
It's ridiculous.
Forever.
Like this was like they hinted that this was going to come to PSVR 1. You know, so back in those days, I was begging for it. I remember like commenting on their Twitter posts, and they're like, "Yeah, we're seeing what we can do about PSVR 1 support." And I was like, "Cool, any day now, any day now they'll announce it." What an idiot I was.
You
Jets,
are still.
Shut up.
I wish these guys were big enough to have like crossovers with like bigger properties. Like imagine if you can walk into like a room with a mirror and you stand in front of it and say Candyman, 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 and then he just appears and kills you like instantly.
But then you immediately know what type of ghost it is. It's the Candyman
No,
ghost.
Candyman.
No, it's just the one thing that you can do. Like if you just want to get killed, you can just go and stand in front of the mirror. It's just like a more of a gimmick than a actual thing.
Yeah, that sounds like they got these cursed objects and shit. That could be one.
Or with the new Beetlejuice movie coming out, they should be able to be like Beetlejuice, 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 and then he disappears. Like just
damn. Yeah, maybe
causes havoc.
They've got like a monkey paw thing, or you can make 3 wishes or something. Maybe he could like replace that, and he give you the 3 wishes or some shit.
Yeah, there's all kinds of different things too. I think there's a we haven't been able to get it yet, but there's candles. There's like a fucking pentagram or something on the floor with blood, and there's candles, and you have to light them all up, and there's something that happens.
Yeah,
we still haven't been
there
able
for
to
like
get
years,
a lighter.
and you haven't been able to do that for like 4 years. It's crazy.
But it's not in every map. It's not all the time. It's random. You're not gonna inspect every single fucking closet and.
But they do like daily like and weekly challenges and shit too, where it's like everyone has the same house and the same. Well, maybe not the same ghost, but like if there's a Ouija board in the map, then everyone has the Ouija board, kind of.
Yeah.
So that keeps you coming back for more. Shades of Grey Master says they did mention VR platforms, which would mean PSVR 2 and PC VR. You're talking about the Phasmophobia updates? I didn't see them mention VR there at all. Boss, I'll take your word for it. And I'm relieved to hear it. Reccops Vids says, "What have you fuckers been up to? Been up to no good. Muzz has been on the East Coast murdering people. Jackpot's been in a vacation murdering people. And I've just been hanging, buying PCs." Roy Schwartz says, "I just got a globular cluster. Anyone used one yet?" No, I haven't. My head is adjusted to the PSVR 2. Dan says, "Alien Rogue Incursion needs to be good."
Yeah.
I'm a little bit worried about it, but I still have high hopes.
It's gonna be okay, I think.
I think Behemoth is going to be the big one. Like, I was thinking Madison Game of the Year, but now I'm thinking, maybe Behemoth, because it appeals to more people than Madison. I can see it winning more awards than Madison won, even though maybe Madison might deserve it more. I don't know yet, obviously.
I think if Aliens can really stick the landing, I think that could really propel it to maybe Game of the Year, just because of the IP behind it, and everyone knows Aliens. It's very familiar to everybody. And yeah, if they get it right, it could turn out really good.
I just don't believe it's coming this year. I'd see that shit slip into 2025.
Yeah, when are we gonna see an actual trailer, like a real minute long
Christmas.
or longer trailer?
Yeah, December 25th. We're getting the first gameplay peek.
Launching tomorrow. Buy it now.
Dead Eye Dance says, "Isn't it running on an older version of Unity? Maybe they will update to newer versions since they are working with Unity." But that sounds like it would be a big ordeal. You know, like, oh, we're switching to Unity point whatever, 2.69. They might warn you about that, But maybe, like, if it is working on an older version of Unity, maybe that means they can't get DF4 to work on it. I don't know.
I don't think for this game, since it's so dark, I don't think it matters as much,
But just feel like it would be helpful to get the frames more
Well, yeah,
stable,
of course. But if we don't get it, I personally think it's that big of a deal for this game.
Okay, relax. Just take it easy.
Next topic. What are you talking about?
You're getting them all worked up.
And he's sweating. Stop sweating. Roy Schwartz says, bought the B-Haptics vest from Wes. Shit's getting really badass. Damn, we're going to talk about B-Haptics as well. That's a topic as well. But I looked up the prices, seeing as I was, going to be talking about us, and Jesus, they're not cheap.
Just ask for a vest. Tell them get a vest.
I don't think you can just ask for like a $500 just for the vest, and then there's gloves and
yes,
shit.
Yes, you can. Be like, listen, I play VR on my channel, and I play a lot of shooters. I play the scary game, and I'll wear this vest.
Well, listen, let's discuss this when we get to that topic. All right, so I'll hear you out.
All right, fine. All right, fine.
Bad Robo is here. How you doing, Bad Robo? And check out. Actually, no, it's probably not public yet. Is this? When's your Astro Boss? Is it a level or is it a whole game? When's that coming out, Bad Robo? When can that be played by the masses?
That shit looks good.
It does. Dan Parker says, I'm sold on Phasmophobia. It sounds nice and replayable. So there's people out there, I think Pete has like thousands of hours into it. Maybe. You can play that shit endlessly. And I love the horror as well. And I think it's scary. Like, just watching people streaming, it looks like, oh yeah, if I was there, that'd be making me shit my pants right now, Ray Schwartz says, yeah, me too. I haven't got it yet. Bad Robo says, so Job Simulator is now available on PS Plus. I'll check if it's good. Job Simulator, the original. FPC says Bad Robo. Aliens will be crap, says Bad Robo. Damn. Bad Robo coming in here with that negativity. F the PC, aliens will be crap. He's a radical extremist. But listen, I won't lie. Out of all the big ones coming out this year, Aliens is the one I'm most worried about in terms of, if it well, listen, I don't think it's going to come out this year, but it's the one that I think needs the most. That's just based on the fucking trailer that they released, and it was just like the frame is were all over the place, and it was only 10 seconds, and I'm just a little bit worried about that one. But the devs are good. So I'm sure they can pull it off. Servios. I was trying to think, what the fuck is the name? Servios. Shade says there are so many games with potential hitting later this year. Impossible to say what will be best. I think Madison and Behemoth could be front runners. And keep in mind as well, though, remember, was it last year? We were like, oh, October is going to be crazy. It's going to have Madison. It's going to have this and that and this. And then they all got fucking delayed. Even Happy Funland and shit like that. They all got delayed out of October. So it could be the same with this. Like, Wanderer's already been delayed 2 times, I think. And you just said that in your next comment. Yeah, shit could get delayed. There you go. Dance's Phasmophobia, Behemoth, Alien Rogue Incursion, Metro Awakening. We'll talk about that as well. Aces of Thunder. And then PSVR 2 is dying. It is dying, Dan. All these games were agreed years ago. Phasmophobia, like, that's a game that they talked about. That's been out for a long time. Behemoth was announced in 2022. Same with Alien Rogue Incursion. Metro, that deal was probably done a few years ago as well. Aces of Thunder, same thing. I'll stop saying that it's dying when 2025 and 2026 start looking stacked as well. Did you say something there, Mo? Sorry, I didn't hear. I just heard like a little.
No, I just said yeah. Nothing really of note coming out in 2025 that we know of, right?
Yeah.
Other than Aliens.
Although, in fairness, when it comes to PSVR 2 games anyway, they have a tendency to just announce them fairly close to launch in the same year or whatever, so it's still early to tell. And maybe we still get the contractor's port, and that might be a 2025 thing, Mas Marjanovic, how are you doing? So speaking of Unity, did you know that they have a new Unity viewer mod in beta, just like UE viewer now? Crazy. I did see that, actually. I think I saw someone testing, was it Paradise? 50K. He's a viewer YouTuber. I don't know if it was him, but I think I saw a thumbnail of somebody testing that out. I'm just trying to think what's a good, like a big Unity game that I would want to try in VR that isn't already in VR, if that became a reality. Bad Robot
I don't
says-
know. I'd have to look through all the games that run on Unity. That
Yeah, like it's not as
remember.
popular as Unreal Engine, I don't think. Like it's more indie kind of games, is it?
Yeah, Unreal's a bigger
Yeah, but I'm sure there's
bigger one.
still some probably, top tier shit in there.
Yeah.
Bad Robot says, I wonder if Trump wears B haptics from now on. He doesn't need the haptic vest. He's
Just
got,
on
he's
his
got
ear.
the real
Just
life.
right there.
Yeah.
On his
He's got the real life haptics. Matt says, doesn't have 6 degrees of freedom yet. Still in beta, but newest video from Bearded Banjo. Maybe that's who I saw. Shows it working. Bad Robot says, level 1 of Astrobot is practically finished, but optimization is needed. Level 2 will be a surprise. How many levels are we talking about in total? Your Marjanovic says, lol, haha, typos sometimes are happy accidents. Dang, my plump fingers. I know that. I know that pain.
Guess I do.
Anything else to say about Phasmophobia?
Buy it.
Well,
Say for a PC, buy it. Don't buy it if it doesn't have
Spend $2,000 on this game right now.
if it doesn't have the voice thing, it's gonna be disappointing.
You've played it. Like, would it really ruin the game? Do you think if you couldn't do the
Yes.
voice? Like, it would ruin it.
That's a big, that's a big part, at least for us or for me.
Okay,
Talking to the ghost, fucking with it, telling his name.
calling us a bitch. You can,
Yeah, using the
swear
fucking-
at it.
Well, and a lot of the, like, let's say the evidence you get, right? One of the types of evidence is if it talks to the voice machine, whatever, right?
Mhm.
So how the fuck are you gonna be talking to? You're gonna have to type it, and then it's gonna go to the machine. You have to wait to see if you get a response. It's gonna be dumb.
Well, I don't think it's like a typing. I think it's like a pre-selection of messages, and then you pick whichever one.
It still
It's- yeah, it's
loses a
shit.
lot
I
of
know,
immersion.
I
You
know.
lose a lot of immersion. So yeah. For
But if
me, it is a
you-
big deal.
But if you've never played it, if you've never had that before, and then you go into it and you don't know what you're missing, I think you still have a good time with it.
Here we still have a good time, yes, but it just sucks because I think it's gonna. I don't know. Maybe it's not that
Really?
big of a deal. They're gonna release it. People are gonna play it, and then eventually, when they release the voice thing, people will be like, "Oh, this is even better," because I didn't even know that this was, possible or some shit
Yeah.
like that. I don't know.
Maz, you were gonna say something?
No. Go ahead.
Damn.
I changed my mind. Okay.
That's one of those things. Jackpot put me off. All right, next topic then is Aces of Thunder, and you're going to see me play the new video, the new trailer, which came out
Now, this
today.
This is the one that I'm sad about because I was hoping this was going to be a stealth drop. But no, it's not going to be anytime soon. It's going to be Q4.
No. And, this has all been confusing for me. We've been talking about these updates they've been doing in the last few weeks. And then they were telling us a third one was going to drop. And I was like, after this third one, we're going to get the release date trailer or whatever. And then the third one still hasn't come. But then they dropped this trailer instead. And it's not a release date, but we got a release window now, which is Q4 2024. And also, maybe shockingly, it's no longer a PSVR 2 exclusive. It's also coming to PC. I think the same day as well, like simultaneous launch. And as you can see right there in the trailer, let me pause it on that screen because I missed this the first time. It says try multiplayer battles or solo missions.
Solo missions, yep.
So all of a sudden, I'm pretty sure they confirmed in the past like it's multiplayer only because that's how we've been talking about it for months and months and months. And
Yeah.
then today it's like, oh yeah, solo missions.
And even the listing online, it says like single player or PvP.
Is that why they're taking longer to release it?
Well, I was
Because
thinking,
they're
they-
adding.
I was
Or maybe
thinking
they're adding all the single player stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe the PC port is the reason that's going to take extra long because back in fucking January they were like, oh, we're testing for PSVR 2, like we're nearly there. A fucking year later, and it's like, oh yeah, it's coming to PC as well. But maybe they've heard, like a lot of people do get disappointed when they hear it was multiplayer only, and they're like, "Oh, I wish I had single player or something like that." And maybe they were listening to that feedback and are like, "Okay, maybe we'll delay it and get some solo shit in there." I mean,
which is fine.
it's fine, but then you're worried. Then, like, is it going to be something that they just fucking threw together in 6 months and it's not really going to be amazing or whatever? But I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
But there's like lots of cool details in this trailer to take notice of, including one scene.
It is a good looking trailer.
It's like 100 planes on screen at once, and they're all shooting at towards you at the same time. It's like, what's going on there?
Now, one thing that they haven't done yet is they still haven't confirmed how many players are in PvP. But every time I see it, like even in this trailer here, I only ever see 3, like you and 2 other planes. Is like right there, 2 other planes.
I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna pause on the screen on a moment where it's like,
on your side though. Like every time he's
like,
looking up, every time he's looking to his right or left, and he sees planes with him. There's only ever 2.
Okay.
I've never seen like more than that flying around him yet.
Good
So
point.
3v.
So
Like
I'm thinking it's 3v3, and are they not saying? Are they not just coming out and saying like, okay, it's a 3v3 PvP, because they're scared that will make people like complain and be like, oh, it's only 3-on-3, like it should be like at least 5.
What?
I'm still gonna buy it, but I mean, some people will be disappointed with it only being 3v3.
I've paused it here on the screen, by the way, where it kind of shows like maybe you're flying with 4 ahead, like if you count. And
but this looks like formation. That looks like single player mission.
Yeah, it could be. It could be.
Yeah, and the design of the planes don't look like planes that you would be flying in like battle. I think they're kind of like more bigger like bomber type. Like you're escorting those guys maybe.
But I was thinking as well, because you mentioned how they won't tell you the player count. I was wondering, have they maybe secretly been working on trying to get it to run on a quest? And and to do that, they might need to drop the player count so that they don't want to commit to that, you know? But then maybe at the end of the day, they're like, no, we would have to sacrifice too much, so we're just going to go PC only.
No.
You know, like maybe they haven't.
Yeah, they just dropped PlayStation altogether.
Sorry, no, I mean like not including Quest, like PlayStation and PC only is what I meant. Sorry.
Okay.
Which one is that, Muzz?
This is Tybalt.
You only have one, don't you?
This is Tybalt.
I thought he had 2. Don't you have 2?
What does he have to say about Aces of Thunder?
Mm-hmm. See, he has 2.
He has 2. I don't have ever seen the other one.
Wait, he's gonna be in the cockpit sitting beside me.
Damn.
We're gonna be flying high.
PTSD.
Yeah. He's gonna be my gunner. He's gonna man the
just gonna scrape the shit out of your neck. When you're trying to play.
shoot you bitches out of the sky.
Every time you get his, he just scrapes you and you're bleeding.
He's just gonna like sap you like.
That's just more incentive not to get shot. I mean, I don't want to get scratched. I'm not gonna get shot.
So a few other kind of interesting details. There was like one scene where it showed like the plane has like a little rear view mirror, like above the cockpit, so you can see behind you. I didn't see that before, which is kind of like a cool little touch, and reminds me of Gran Turismo with the fucking rear view mirrors. You know, wasn't expecting that. And then it kind of shows as well this part here where you're on. It seems like there's gonna be a takeoff sequence where you can just like walk around your plane, maybe interact with the, like you pull the window or the canopy closed. You know, I imagine you don't ever touch that canopy again once you're in the air. You know, that wouldn't make much sense.
Probably.
I wish you could, and then just like end up crashing because you do it.
Yeah.
But
throw
a
handgun and start shooting.
But if you open the cockpit while you're flying, it would just be awesome to hear like super heavy like sound wind in your ears and like deafening, like super loud.
That would be cool.
Like blow your eardrums out. But it would be fun to be able to do.
But yeah.
Look at that shot there, like the dusk, like with the sun going down and the lighting and the clouds look really cool.
I just had it there for a second. Let's skip forward. I think I skipped.
I'm glad it's not coming on the quest.
God damn it. Anyway. Yeah, if this was coming to Quest
as well. Which is this going to be? $30?
Look, yeah, that shot there, that's the one that you were talking about with all those planes. Yeah. There's like,
it's insane.
Just like a whole fleet coming at you.
And they're all shooting and like bullets going everywhere. So maybe that's a single player mission where like you can't even interact with them or something, but still. We don't have a price. You can wishlist it, but that's all you can do.
I'm asking you, bitch.
I'm telling you, we don't have a price.
I'm asking, what do you think is going to be the
Oh,
price?
40.
40?
Yeah, this is looks premium, you know. This is
Yeah,
higher
I would
end.
be fine with 40, which would
Yeah.
be 55 or something
I
crazy.
just hope that there is any type of progression or anything, skins, cosmetics, anything
Well,
for the multiplayer. So we
Yeah.
can have more than just it's because it's fun.
there has to be. There's no way that they can launch this game without any kind of like leveling up or unlocking weapons for your like new guns for your ship or skins
I
or like
hope.
paint jobs on it, all that kind of stuff.
I hope.
I hope. Yeah, if it's just simple like pick a plane and fly and that's it,
That'll be
nothing else
lame.
after that. I'll still have fun with it, but it will lose my interest. I need to have some kind of hook to work
Yeah,
towards.
you have to keep in mind these are the guys behind War Thunder, so I think they know all
Yeah.
about progression and shit like that.
Yeah.
That's not
I
something
know.
I'm worried
I'm
about.
just saying. I'm hoping because you never know.
Well, yeah, just
Yeah.
saying. But here's something interesting to note is that this trailer's been out for hours now and it's not on the PlayStation YouTube channel.
I know.
Yeah.
I keep looking to see if they post it.
I just
Nope,
checked it there to
nowhere
make
be
sure, but yeah,
found.
like what's going on there?
I don't know. I
It
really
must
don't know
be
what Sony's
because
doing.
we're about to talk about in a couple of topics how Sony have promoted Wanderer, Frenzies, and Metro. Like they promote those on the blog last week. Why are they not promoting this? Maybe they got a marketing deal? Like maybe it's not Sony's fault. Maybe it's Gaijin Interactive.
Zuckerberg.
Maybe they're making it difficult for Sony to work with, or I don't know what's going on there. But it's ridiculous to me that they're not promoting this on the YouTube channel where they've got like millions and millions of subscribers.
Yeah, because this trailer's good. This one they put on the
Yeah.
PlayStation.
Yeah,
And
nobody's
like the
nobody knows.
ground, I'm so impressed with how detailed the ground is. Like the trees and like when they're flying low, it
Water
doesn't look.
too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, like it looks like
and the clouds.
real
Look at them
good looking.
clouds.
Yeah, the
Fucking hell.
clouds and the lighting, like as the sun's going down, like on like the dust maps with like the light going on the water. Yeah, it looks great.
It looks like there's like a good variety of maps as well. Like there's always seems to be like a
Mhm.
different kind of scenery going on, which is
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
nice to see. Even though like mostly you're in the sky anyway, so that might be easier to do. But yeah, it's crazy what's going on with Sony, what's going on with Gaijin. Why are they not working together? Has something happened? Maybe was it supposed
Maybe
to be
they're
an
mad
exclusive?
that they're going to Steam.
Yeah.
It's because they're going to Steam as well. Sony's like, no, we're not going to promote it anymore because you're not making it
Maybe.
only on our platform.
Yep.
They wouldn't do that, would they? Because they still want the sales for their headsets, so why wouldn't they push it?
Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe it's like they had a deal in place, and then Sony are like, you know what, we don't really care about PSVR 2 anymore. Go wherever you want. We're not pushing it. Push it yourself.
I can't.
I don't know.
Can't imagine it's going to be that bad. Like it might just be like
I can't put anything past Sony these days when it comes to PSVR 2 anyway.
I think. Yeah, I don't know why there's just not like a newer trailer, especially this one that looks like a really good looking trailer to like promote VR. Like this is better than most of the stuff that they put on their website.
Where was this posted?
Today, they posted on their Twitter.
Or where?
Twitter,
Maybe it will be
and
tomorrow.
I found their YouTube channel, which has like 50 subscribers, and it's posted
Oh,
there too.
shit.
So it's like not many people have seen this.
It's a good trailer. Even like the music's really good in it. Like it
Yeah.
makes you like pumped up to go fly and shoot down enemies.
No, it looks really fucking sick. In a good way.
Yeah.
Good sick. Catch up in the chat a little bit. Dan Parker says, I wouldn't ruin the game with no voice recognition. That's a minor feature compared to the meat of the gameplay. Well, yeah, I won't go as far as to say it would ruin it, but I do think it is a really cool thing. We're talking about the Phasmophobia voice recognition thing. Matt says, I play Phasmophobia with my family and we all escape. We're lucky if just one of us escapes. Too hard, even on easy. Interesting.
You gotta yell the name of the ghost as soon as you walk in.
Don't
Cuss him
listen to
out.
Don't listen to him.
Tell him his name first, last name. Tell him his house stinks. All kinds of stuff like that.
Stinks of shit in here. Thomas Jefferson.
Are you a shit ghost? Are you a shit ghost? Because it
Times in the
smells like
toilets,
shit
the
in here.
shit type toilets. Shades says solo missions is very exciting, but I wonder if it's just like multiplayer but with bots. That's a concern. It could be that way. What if it's just like a training mode and it's called solo missions? they could get away with
I don't
like
know.
sneaky little things
I'm
like that.
I'm buying it for the multiplayer. So I mean, single player is cool, but I don't
Hmm.
think I'll be. I'm not staying for the single player. I'm staying for the multiplayer
I
goodness.
get it, and
I don't
I'm in
think it'll be
the same
nothing
boat.
crazy, but I think they will have some type of mission, like go and shoot over
Yeah.
here, bomb this bitch, do stuff like that. But I
The only
wouldn't
thing,
expect.
yeah. Well, the only thing they could do in a single player, like even if it's a small campaign that they wouldn't do in multiplayer, is more like big set pieces, like stuff that you couldn't do in the multiplayer,
Yeah.
like landing on certain things, like or landing somewhere that and then taking off and doing that, like kind of those things that you probably won't be doing much landing and taking off. I'm assuming in the
Nuke
PvP.
Hiroshima. Mission objective: drop it on Nagasaki.
Yeah. Yep.
Um,
There was some. There was some back in the day, some flying simulators.
I
There
don't
was
think
like
they're going to
this,
be doing that.
and there was some cool missions. There was
You
like
call me
different
crazy.
parts. The first part was like a dogfight, and then after that, you had to go and bomb a Nazi train that was putting armor and all kinds of shit around. You had to time it perfectly, and those like different types of things that you had to do in the whole mission. That was pretty cool.
okay.
I like
Which game?
bombing missions.
What game?
I don't remember back in the day in the PC,
Oh,
many, 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 many years ago.
See, well, we were already speculating. Like, even when they said it was multiplayer focused, we were already thinking maybe there's going to be co-op missions. So what if it's just co-op missions that you can do by yourself, and that would explain the solo.
Nope.
They say solo. They don't say single player. They say solo missions.
No.
You know what you mean? No, because then you could have your set pieces in the camp
I
in,
mean, no,
in
that's
co-op.
not gonna happen.
You know, you could have some set pieces in co-op. That's kind of
Maybe.
doable.
Nope.
Mass says I wasn't going to buy if multiplayer only, so now I will with single player missions for sure. I would just say keep in mind. Remember, we were told fucking Project Wingman was going to be the full single player campaign or whatever, and then it was just like 3 missions. Get the full facts before we buy anything.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
you know what
this
I forgot to
this was
do
mega
is
appealing.
is this game listed on PlayStation Network right now for
Yeah,
pre-order?
you can wishlist, not
So-
pre-order.
Yeah, you can wishlist it, but in the controls where it shows like what controls you can use, does it show the DualSense controller or does it just show the Sense controllers?
Let me look that up
Well,
right now.
Yeah, I just want to know if you can use the DualSense in it, if they have that posted or not, because I really hope it does.
Well, on the Steam page, you can use the controller, the Xbox controller. So I'm hoping,
Okay.
assuming you can. But
Yeah.
Oh, somebody mentioned, I can't remember who it was in Discord, that when it's listed on Steam, it should say if it has crossplay enabled, and apparently it doesn't right now, but maybe they update that later on, I don't know.
it will have. There's no way this game doesn't have crossplay.
That would be the whole point of like releasing this on PC, is that you
Yeah,
This
do
doesn't
keep
reach.
it alive.
So DualSense wireless controller. It says effects supported.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so you can play with DualSense. Nice.
Well, it just
I'm happy
says
with
there's a DualSense in here, but I don't know if that's what.
Well, if it's in the like what controls you use or what controllers you can use in the game, if DualSense is listed, then that means you can play.
Well, you have
Oh, hold on,
all the.
hold on. It says PSVR 2 Sense controller is optional.
Optional. Okay, so then
Sure works. That works.
But
You would think that
maybe
means you can
maybe
tweak
that just means Sense controllers or hot ass only.
or yeah,
Hot ass.
maybe. No, because HOTAS isn't Sony, is it? That's like a different brand.
Isn't it
So
just like
they-
a type of stick?
If HOTAS isn't owned by Sony, like they don't make those, so they wouldn't put it in. They wouldn't word it. Sense controller is optional if their other controller doesn't work. The DualSense, right? You know what I mean?
I don't know. It's
'Cause
like,
they
it's
wouldn't-
tricky. The wording is tricky. Like maybe they could like skirt around it because, well, technically it is optional because you could just buy this random fucking flight stick thing and then you can play it that way.
I don't think no, they wouldn't say that on their own page. Like they would have to because they know everyone has a DualSense. So that's why the Sense controllers are optional because you can just play with your DualSense instead.
Well, I hope
And
that.
that's in my opinion. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
because
That's fair enough.
I don't think they would assume that everybody has a HOTAS, but everyone has a DualSense, so that's why they say it's optional.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn off my PlayStation now. suppose no other. Well, the only other this playing style is sees it only. It seems, if that's interesting to you as well. But you probably figure that out anyway. You wouldn't want to be standing around playing this game, I don't think. Shade says might be worth waiting to see how good and long the single player content is. Hashtag no pre-orders. Remember, no pre-orders. LSB
Never
says
pre-order.
Muzz's Canadian pussy. Damn, we're a little bit behind in the comments. Be
Yeah, a
Haptics
little bit.
Cat says Shades. He also says, I mean, this is the War Thunder devs. Those games are all about progression and unlocks exactly.
Yep.
Pumpkin's reading my mind. There we go. We're on the same page. Shades. Matt says, sorry, Sony is just as bad as Sega used to be with marketing. Someone needs to be fired. Too many balls dropped. There's too many changes in personnel. I think everything went to hell as soon as Shuhei Yoshida got moved or demoted. Ever since he got demoted, like, I can guarantee you, if he was where he was before, he would have ensured the Contractors was releasing on PSVR 2 the same time it was releasing on other headsets. You know, they would have slipped them devs a bag of cash to make that happen. Because he would have been like, oh shit, this is an important game. We need it on PSVR 2. Shades Grandmaster says Massa did that with Assassin's Creed Nexus. Dropped exclusivity a few months before it launched. Yes, that's right. But because Ubisoft don't want to invest in VR anymore, it still remains exclusive and probably will for a long time. Ricky Merle, or maybe Morel, says, hi, how you doing, Ricky? Nice to meet you.
Rick and Martin.
Rick and Martin, is that it? I was the one that mentioned it, says LSB. Sorry, LSB. It's difficult. I see a lot of usernames in one day. It's difficult for me to put names to ideas and phases and whatnot, but thank you. Shade says, any mention of hot ass? No, but because this is optional. But the developers themselves said that it will have stick support.
I'd imagine, yeah.
VR Namek says, where's AC Nexus on PC or PSVR 2 then? Well, I just said it. Ubisoft don't want to invest in VR anymore because it didn't perform as well as they hoped on Quest.
They wanted those skull and bones numbers and they just couldn't pull them.
VR Namek also says, anyway, hopefully Gaijin ports this to Quest. Otherwise, good to know it's an option on PC. Honestly, if they manage to get this running on Quest, even if it looks like fucking Grid Legends or whatever there, as long as it stays like this for me, that's fine. Like, you probably have like squares instead of clouds, like a white square in the sky. That's fine if that's what you need.
Like walkabout.
Walkabout mini golf.
I'm just busting your chops. All right, relax. But I do secretly think that they probably tried their best to get this running on a Quest, and maybe they couldn't, and they just had to resign themselves to just PSVR 2 and Steam. But that's just in my head. Zombie, as they say in the streets. Anything else to say about this before we move on to the next topic?
Buy
I
it
want to play it right now.
right now. Buy it right now.
You can't play anything on PSVR 2 right now. You can't. You gotta wait for everything. Next topic is bar charts. Oh, I didn't actually save the bar chart image. I got a different image here. But
Oh,
it's
no.
the same.
Oh no!
I'm sorry, I blew us.
Bar charts.
I blew us.
Yeah, put a bear
Very
chair in months and you.
I know. I'm sorry.
Percentages?
I blew
What's
us.
this
I blew
percentage
us.
bullshit? Look at this.
Listen,
Look at this.
I'm so shit. I can,
Fuck is
even though these are
this?
numbers, I can visualize the bar charts. That's how experienced I am with bar
Gross.
charts right now. But I forget that you people
What's
can't do that.
percentages?
I forget that you people can't do that. Listen, we've got an update on alleged XR/VR headset market shares, according to counterpointresearch.com. And these are the guys. A few months ago, they put out the previous quarter, so you can see it there in the image if you squint, like me. They had quarter 4 of 2023. That was the most recent one. And then last
I
week,
can't understand any of it. Who's winning? Who's losing? I don't understand.
This is bar
Zuckerberg.
charts.
Zuckerberg is
We're
always
winning.
winning. The Quest is always winning.
But now we got the newest quarter. So quarter 1, 2024 has been revealed, and it's a bit grim for Sony, as they managed to capture just 4% of the market
The
share.
lowest, the bottom of the barrel.
The low. Even Pico has got like, what have they got? 7%. Pico's got 7%, and that doesn't even.
Pico's
It's not even
beating
out.
us.
It's not out in
Oh.
America. You can't get a Pico in America.
So painful.
Others. What's others?
I think
the
others is like
fucking
all the weird
3C.
random PC shit you can.
That's the ones that you put, the ones that you link up to your phone and put your phone on your face with.
The cardboard VR.
Yeah.
And yeah, that cardboard one from the Switch, or was it the Switch? Yeah, the Switch.
Yeah,
They
that's a
had their
cardboard.
Oh, they
cardboard
did.
VR.
Labo. Was it Labo? Was it called?
Labo, yeah.
Yeah.
Labo's beating us too, probably.
But keep in mind, the other is like a mixture of all those headsets together, like fucking the Pimax and Varho or whatever, big screen, all that other shit. They're all mixed together.
Right.
But what's
Well,
what's also interesting is that this was the first quarter that the Apple headset was on the Americas, and they only got 16% now. Keep in mind that was ridiculously expensive, so that's maybe
way
impressive.
too pricey.
And what are you gonna do in there? You can't really play the games or anything. It's just for you to be fucking.
No, it's just for Apple fucking
Fancy.
fanboys. And
Yeah.
But when Sony, like when PSVR dropped, its first quarter was 33%. Like when it launched, that's how much the market had captured compared to that's just 16% for Apple. So
Yeah.
Apple not doing too hot either. But even though Meta is completely dominating, I think if you compare us year on year, I read the article where they compared like it's down. VR in general is down like 50% year over year or something along those lines.
Still, look at that progressively like lower numbers from Sony, like 33,
It's a huge
29,
drop off, like between like
21 then to 9.
yeah,
21
that's
to
crazy.
9%.
That's a crazy drop.
Just because that's where everything started going silent, and like no one knew what the hell Sony was doing, and they just refused to like actually tell anybody like a plan that they have. So like, why would it like why wouldn't it drop? That's totally expected the way that Sony's playing this. They don't seem like they're in it to win. Like they just seem like they're like, okay, we'll just hang around and see how VR does, and then we'll maybe turn it up in the future if people start giving more interest to it. But they don't seem like they're really like championing anything anymore. That's for sure.
I'm convinced the people who did champion us in the beginning have been moved and fired.
Yeah.
And, different people have come
This
on.
whole
And
new-
They don't give a shit. They only care about Concord and trash like that.
And all the other live service games. I mean, there's
But
things
for-
that they need games. All they want is games that have the mass appeal that they can get microtransactions from, and like people to buy battle passes and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's the main goal.
I should mention though that I don't understand how this company gets these percentages. Like how would they have access to Sony direct sales, for example?
Because they do, bitch.
But how?
They gotta report this shit.
Apparently, Sony's the only one who has access to these things, and Sony haven't reported. Like they report them to their shareholders or whatever, but I don't think they report them publicly. Like, when was the last time they've announced a milestone for PSVR 2? Like back.
I don't know. Maybe
6
maybe
weeks after
bitch
launch, and that was
maybe
it.
maybe the
Yeah,
numbers
that was
there
it.
for the fucking
That was-
government for taxes. They gotta show how much, and maybe.
Then how did this
there's a way to
company
figure
get
it
the
out.
access to that? Like, I don't know. I'm not saying it's not right. I'm just saying, maybe we should take it with a
I
pinch of
know
salt.
you never.
Even though it
gonna
feels
believe
right.
it.
I
told you
believe
years
it.
ago,
I personally believe
don't
it.
buy a PSVR 2.
I
It's
think
gotta be
4%
trash.
is higher than I was expecting. To be honest with you, the 4% is it 4%?
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, it is 4%. I
4%.
was expecting 2%. So that's 100% increase of what I was expecting. uh, so yeah, no, it's bad. I think it's bad. I think the sales are ridiculous, and you have games like Aces of fucking Thunder in the wings, and you're not putting us on your YouTube channel. So you're seeing the sales. You're seeing that your current strategy is not working. So why are you continuing with this if you want it to be a success? How much writing do you need on the wall for PSVR 2?
I don't know. No, they're gonna announce something soon. You just wait.
Yeah.
They'll say it.
These
anytime.
games are coming out next month that have been in development for 3 years, back before we knew there was going to be a problem with PSVR 2. Back when Sony still cared, when they made these deals. Or we have to rely on third parties and indies. That's the way it's going to be.
Told you.
That's the way it
Told
already
you.
is.
And
That's the way
the
it
quest
already is.
leftovers, or the quest leftovers.
Yeah.
That's what
I
we are.
told
If we're lucky, like maybe we won't
Which
even
is
get
which is
contractors.
totally it's just totally wrong, because it's such a great headset.
Yeah.
People are just not buying it. It's just a shame. It's all
Listen.
just a shame.
2 years ago, 3 years ago, 20 years ago, I told you. Scraps
You weren't born 3
and
years
scraps
ago. You
and
weren't
scraps.
even born 3 years ago.
Shut up. I told you PSVR 2 is going to get the scraps. A couple games here and there, but just the scraps. You should get a Quest. You should have gotten a Quest like 5 years ago when I
Relax.
told
They
you.
saved it with the PC adapter, so it's all fine. Don't worry
Yep.
about it.
Well, for
why-
you,
For
why
me,
you
yeah,
and
for
for
me,
us,
for
Yeah.
other people,
but for many people, no.
yeah. And I'm
Nobody
having
has a
to-
sugar daddy in fucking the United States.
I'm still taking a massive
like
financial
you.
hit for this fucking PC, regardless of sugar daddy. This is gonna break
Listen,
me.
it's an investment, okay?
I know, yeah, but still. Shade says, "Is this based on units sold or monthly generated? Money would make sense for the AVP showing. Maybe it is based on revenue, but I don't think they disclose. Like there is I was looking at the website. It's like if you want to get access to the full report, you need to make an account and subscribe and all this shit. I was like, no, fuck that. I'm not doing that. Someone else can spend money to look at this depressing numbers." LSP says they probably call Mrs. Jackpot Cleo and get their info from his crystal ball. Is that is? Probably is. He's Mystic Meg though, I think. Jackpot says next topic. Shut that mouth of yours. LSP says Sony is about to drop a PSVR 2 Megaton announcement. Just you wait.
Nope.
Shades.
I want to see it. I hope you're right. I want to see it.
There's 2 games.
Bring it on.
2 first-party games. Remember the rumor? 2 first-party games in development somewhere.
2 first-party games. Next week they're going to announce a $100 price drop for the headset, just in time for the holidays.
It needs to be $300.
Still,
It needs to be $300 decrease.
$200 off.
Shades says, yeah, if Sony wanted to turn PSVR 2 around, they should have done something half a year ago. Not saying it's too late, but the longer they wait, the harder it'll be. But then, like, there's other people as well saying, oh, PC proves that, you know, they're going to get extra sales from PC. It's going to give them a lift or whatever. But I don't really see them pushing the PC thing too much either. Like, they did a blog post, and then in this thing we're going to talk about as well, it's like a little blurb saying, oh, by the way, if you want to play Half-Life Alyx, this thing is coming out next month. And then, like, it's
Or not without all the. If they would have implemented, I know it's hard or whatever, but if they would have implemented all the nice things about the headset and the PC, I think it would have sold more. I don't think it would have uplifted and all this, but I think it would have been a lot better. Not having all those things, like even for me, I was gonna buy the cable if I would have been able to use all the things in the headset, but now what's the fucking point? You know, even the controllers are gonna die, so might as well just play on the Questicle plug-in with the Bobo fucking battery if I even need it, which I don't, and just change the batteries on the controller. It just makes no sense to me now to buy the cord, which sucks.
What people say to counter that is that even if they had all that stuff, there's no single PC game that would support it. But I think that's like a bit short-sighted to think that no single developer would like, you know, oh hey, especially like a Madison developer, we already did it on PSVR 2. Why not just put it on PC as well for those people who have that headset? Put it in the options somewhere.
Yeah. Let it up to the developers to get a little update on it or not. Because if they nothing I was gonna say, if they can implement those stuff, it can be a selling point too. You know, they can make more money on the game.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what we all expected when we thought, you know, oh, it's coming to PC. Like, because they announced it was coming to PC before we knew all this shit wasn't going to be coming with us. So everyone was like, oh, it's going to be the cheapest PC headset where you can do HDR and eye tracking and all this shit. That was the big fucking talking point. And then when they announced us, all of a sudden it's like, what are you talking about, you idiot? What game would even support that, you dumb bitch? You know, that kind of a thing came out. Ragos Pantaleon says, I have a friend's cousin whose uncle works at Sony, and he said Sony has big announcements coming for PSVR 2 soon. I trust him. I believe that.
A friend of a friend of a cousin's of a...
Yeah. My dog's girlfriend.
Pantaloonies.
Shits at Sony HQ. Elephant Trap, how you doing? Says, do you feel like we are only getting scraps already? Or are you talking about 2025? Well, technically, I won't say we're already getting scraps. I don't think we're at that stage yet, because we do have some big kind of hitters too, even though most of them are coming to Quest as well. But you know, it's the future. It's 2025 and beyond, where we're kind of having to rely on maybe contractors will come to us if we're lucky. If we beg hard enough, maybe Blade and Sorcery comes to us if we beg hard enough. You know,
it's worth it.
Let's just hope that a friend of a friend's cousin is telling the truth.
I believe him. I have no reason to doubt this man.
It's got to be
He's
true.
never lied to me before. Why would he start now? Shades.
He's honestly telling the truth. We're gonna have big announcements coming.
We will. Shade says, yeah, it sounds like Sony
I'm
wanted to keep
excited.
some features exclusive to PS5. They could have just said those features need to be patched into PC games. But then there's other people who are like, modders or hackers or whatever are just going to unlock those things like really quick. Shades is leaving. He's got to go. Goodbye, Shades. Thanks for stopping by.
Later shades.
GG.
We move on to the next topic, which is this PS blog post from July 10th, was it? I can't remember what it was. But basically, they did a blog post focused on PSVR 2, 3 games, 1 new game announced, and updates on Metro and Wanderer. So let's jump into the new game first. It is called Frenzies. So I have a trailer.
New
Yeah,
PvP
Frenzies. Oh,
game.
yeah.
Yeah, let me get you. What's your reaction to this? Muzz, you go first. What do you think?
Looks like we're all playing as like teenage versions of Astrobot, basically.
Damn, yeah, okay, I can see it. What do you? Is this doing anything for you, Muzz? Is this like what's your reaction to this after seeing the trailer? Sorry about the bang.
I think it could be. It looks like it could be fun. I mean, I wasn't. It looks very much like similar pace as what's it called? Firewall
Solaris.
guys. Solaris, yeah. Yeah. It looks like that kind of pace and like kind of like fast paced run around and just shoot as you're running kind of gameplay. But there's always room for these kind of shooters, especially like with a platform that desperately needs more. And I think this is kind of a good move by Sony, in my opinion, because I think Sony, as much as it probably won't benefit us in the short term, I think they really need to start catering towards the younger kids to get this headset moving. Because obviously, people of our age or older, they don't give a shit for some stupid reason. Who knows why? But like it should be our generation that's like dying to play VR, but that's just not the case in a wider format, basically. Like, so if they start targeting the younger kids growing up into VR, that's where it might start taking off because they're not as like cynical of me. Because you start seeing all like the squeakers playing Breachers and other like games like that. But I think they need to start doing these kind of games to get them hooked, to get the headsets sold, get the parents' money buying these headsets.
All right, Jackpot, what you think after seeing the trailer?
Trash.
There you go.
No, I mean, it looks like Solaris, but with neon lights and shit. The only thing, I mean, it's a shooter. It can work. Not, I don't think it's gonna be as popular as say Contractors. I don't think it can work
No.
like that. But I think it can work enough to maintain a player base. But it'll
It's not
depend
for
on the
me.
gameplay. Yeah, the gameplay
Like,
looks very shitty in the sense that when you shoot the guys, they just kind of like flop. So
yeah,
I don't know. If the
that's why
gameplay
I'm
is fun, it
saying
can be a little
this
bit of
is
people but interested. But overall, it's like I
this
don't
is
know.
100% though. Like, it's not a game for me, but I can see like what they're doing is like it has like that kind of like Fortnite kind of like bright colors. Like the characters are very bright, like very fast paced. Like I think they want to start getting games that like the younger kids will start wanting to play in VR.
I
And
think
I think it's a good strategy because like as many like all the games that they've been putting out for PSVR 2 that should draw in mass gamers that are our age, like Resident Evil 4 and other big games like that, is just not happening, which is confusing because like there's such great games, but no one wants to give it a chance because they say, "Oh, PSVR is dead," even though there's like amazing games to play. So like
yeah, but when they do
there
games,
is
they should make them good. Like I'm not saying this is not good, but like if you're gonna bring something out there to try to pull people, like you say, like here you're gonna bring all the
well, this could
squeakers,
be
it's probably
good.
gonna be. It
Like
could be good, but if
like
it's
the
not good, it's gonna be
mechanics,
dead in a month. Like if you see the trailer, the way that they shoot at people, it kind of
right?
it
But
doesn't
that's
look
what.
the greatest, you know.
But
Okay,
like a game like Ghostbusters, like that wasn't a game for us, but there's probably still like lots of kids that are playing that. I'm assuming. So like
Yeah, but not enough
if
to like I
but
don't think it's a
that would
healthy
start
player
to
base, you know. Not
yeah.
what they
But I mean
expected, not what they wanted. With all that money they spent on the IP, they probably wanted everybody to be playing the shit out of that game, you know. I
right.
don't know.
But slowly though, like if they can start adapting the younger kids to get the PSVR 2 instead of a Quest, Even though that's a hard sell though, because if it's parents' money, they're gonna want to buy a cheaper thing. But anyway,
Okay.
my only point is like if they want to start getting the younger kids to start buying into VR, then down the road when there more headsets are sold and it becomes a bigger player base, then they can start doing the bigger games to afford it basically because of more people playing. But that'll take a slow roll basically in that strategy.
Yeah, I get
But
it.
what else do they have going on? They don't have anything else going on because it's like stagnant right now. So
Let me give you some details about the game.
yeah,
Maybe we
okay.
should have done this before we passed judgment. But that's like just judgment on the
I see
trailer.
enough.
That's judgment on the trailer, right? That's fair enough.
Yeah.
First impressions are important. That's your first impressions. So Frenzies is
You didn't
developed.
tell us yours, bitch.
He's gonna read.
Well,
first.
kind of.
He's gonna.
Yeah, I'm going to mention the stuff that's in because I know these details that you don't know. And I don't want to. I'll just read them out so you can get a grip on them. So it's developed by In Dreams. All right. So these are the guys who did Fract and Synapse. That's their most recent game. And you might remember Synapse is probably one of the coolest PSVR 2 exclusives because you use your eyes to like telekinetically target people, and there's no other game that really does that. So I'm a little bit disappointed with this because it's not exclusive to PSVR 2. Therefore, they can't use the eye tracking mechanic again. So that's a little bit sad, but I understand completely why they're doing it because it's a multiplayer game, and if it was PSVR 2 only, that would be a death sentence probably at this stage. So it implements some signature mechanics from In Dreams games like Fract and Synapse, especially the cover mechanic. I don't know if you've seen this in the trailer, but you can see like
I was just about to
grabs.
say that's a good point. Is the cover mechanics look solid, being able to grab things and just move around with your hands. Yeah,
They really nice. That's probably one of the best things In Dreams have done. And this is one In Dreams studio. Like they've got like a few studios under their umbrella, so this is near light. But they're still obviously sharing mechanics between them. And that
other games need to start doing it because it's it's such a good.
Well, maybe it's trademark. Sometimes they fucking patent these things and other people can't do them. So obviously I'm not saying that's what's true here, but it could be. Let me read a little blurb here. It says, in Frenzies, you're thrown into a winner-takes-all showdown across 5 rounds with a randomized lucky dip of round types and maps that ensures no 2 games are ever the same. Frenzy's mixture of solo and team-based round types means 1 minute you'll be forging friendships and working together to pick up a win, and the next you'll be trying to take those friends down in a frenetic free-for-all. So they're saying it's inspired by games like Quake and Unreal Tournament, which is the same as Solaris, so that's why it has that very similar look to us. Alongside traditional modes like Team Deathmatch, we got creative to build new round types around some interesting concepts that make great use of VR. My personal favorite is Glitter Pig, where you're running around trying to grab hold of this giant squealing pig. You've got to be the one holding the pig for the longest time throughout the round, but that's easier said than done when your opponents can easily track you down and your big porky friend. They also have an emphasis on gestures, including the ability to play rock, paper, scissors with each other. Taunting is encouraged, and you can wishlist it now, and as I said already, it's also coming to Quest. Not coming to PC, I don't think, though, which is interesting.
They didn't touch on anything about like leveling up your character or progression or anything like that.
They talked about customization a good bit, and basically just mentioned like, we've got these cool onesies you can wear, and we've got these masks, and you can make yourself look like we've got dozens of these different colorful outfits to make yourself look, unique or whatever.
No, do you think they would have the Pavlov kind of style of just pick any gun you want and run and go, or do you think it is kind of like a level up and unlock guns kind of game?
I think it could be like, because they talk about randomized nature of it, like maybe certain match types force you to use certain weapons or something like that.
Certain guns only,
But what I think is interesting, like it kind of reminds me of Fall Guys, the way they're describing. Sometimes you're in a team-based match, and then the next round you're single players, and then you got like silly things.
Well, they're running around with a pig. Yeah. That's very Fall Guys. Yeah.
So that could be cool. Like, we didn't see that in the trailer. I don't think we see a pig anywhere in the trailer.
No.
But maybe if they showed that off, it'd be more interesting.
I think it can be fun. Yeah. I think it all depends on the gameplay. The gameplay is not trash. We could, always have fun.
Yeah, it has to feel satisfying.
And if it's priced right, I wouldn't like pay $59.99 or anything for this game, but
$20.
What's also like, I don't know if you noticed in the trailer as well, they're using zip lines a good bit, which is kind of cool. It's kind of not something you see too much. in a multiplayer shooter. Like it's really fast paced, you know.
Yeah.
For the squeaks.
Bad Robo says, I'm curious where this data comes from. I'm guessing he's behind, and he's probably talking about the sales for PSVR 2.
Cute.
Yeah.
Uh, Donnie is here. How you doing, Donnie? Welcome back. Elephant Trap says...
He made it.
He did make it. This is not by the exact same team that made Synapse, but the other team, the team that made Perfect and one other game. What's Perfect?
I don't know.
But yeah, I know that End Dreams do have a few different teams, but they're sharing mechanics. Obviously, they got that cover system that you can see from Fract, and it's also in Synapse, and they're very wisely using it here as well. Go back to your shitty graphics on Quest 3, says Bad Robo. Damn. I don't know what that's directed to, though. Elephant Trap says teenage...
Just to everybody. Just to everybody in general.
Teenage Astrolaris with neon lights. Yay. What's Astrolaris? Am I saying that right?
Astrobot and Solaris.
Astrolaris?
Is that what that is?
I think he's mixing
damn.
Astrobot and Solaris.
Bad Robo says GTA 6 on PSVR 2 and Sony. Listen, man. I'd suck anyone off on Sony if they make that happen. They're getting sucked.
You heard of Sony? Anyone from Sony? Anyone from Sony watching?
Who's desperate?
You
Who's
got it. You
desperate?
got it recorded.
Who's desperate?
You got it recorded. It's in writing basically. So
Yeah, I'm
contact
a man of my word.
contact Pumpkins, DM them,
Yeah.
and you know,
email me, get me on Discord, wherever you
time and place.
Twitter. Bad Robo says they only need to do one fucking thing. Yeah, but it's too complex. If they just put all their money into that one game, if it was just a GTA 6 VR headset, it's fine. That's fine. Where I'm happy. Anyway, that's Frenzies. I hope it does well. I like End Dreams. They're a talented studio and they're definitely committed to virtual reality. So I hope they do well. I can imagine this being like absolute squeaker's paradise. You know, there's going to be like 5% of people playing this game are going to be PSVR 2 and everyone else is going to be Quest. And they're going to be pre-pubescent.
Yep.
Mute everybody immediately, other than your teammates.
Yeah, for this game, I don't want proximity chat.
Parties only. Even though you're forced to team up. Like maybe you can do parties if you have to be single, like free for all at one point, and then it's got to be
I'm sure there's a
teams.
mute button. There's a mute button on each. I'm hoping there's a mute button.
Yeah. All right. Listen, I hope that like the Fall Guys aspect of it can make it like stand out and be unique, and like they've got lots of rounds like that, not just one or two. Excuse me. Next topic then is Metro. We didn't get any footage or anything, but we got 3 screenshots, and I'm putting the most interesting looking one on the screen for you to look at there, where it shows one of the mutant creatures off for the first time in the game. The other screenshots are just a couple of dudes talking. That
screenshot looks really good.
It does look really nice. The lighting and shit looks really cool, and the watch and shit like that. I've seen some people saying bullshots, no way it's going to look this good, but probably not in Quest. But maybe.
But we have seen games look this good, so why wouldn't they think it's going to look this good?
Yeah,
like, have you
because,
not played?
I don't know.
Half-Life looks really fucking good.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, but
and that's
Half-Life
like
doesn't
how
have to
old
run on
now?
a Quest as well.
Yeah.
Whereas this.
Wait,
does.
is this gonna be on the Questicle too?
Quest
But Quest
2.
3 only.
Quest 2.
Oh.
No.
Isn't it? I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, but you
Metro?
don't know nothing.
Yeah.
You don't know nothing. I don't know what we even.
I'm
believe in.
fairly sure. Somebody can check that up and call
Somebody
me
in
a
the
lying
chat.
bitch if you want.
I would.
If I had the dual monitors,
I thought it was just.
listen, wait till
I
I
thought
get
it
dual
was
monitors.
PSVR 2 and maybe PCVR. I didn't think it was
I'm
going to be
pretty
on
sure.
any
Oh, it's
Quest.
definitely Quest. At like minimum Quest 3, but I think Quest 2 as well.
Well, Quest 3 can run anything.
Well,
It's like 10%
Most
more
powerful
powerful.
mobile
10%
chip.
more powerful.
this would be this screenshot would be the PSVR 2 or like the high end PC
Yeah.
screenshot. This is not a Quest screenshot.
No way.
Their Quest screenshots are going to look
No
like
way. That mutant at the
half
end
as
is going to
good as
look
it.
like a square, a green cube, or a cube shape with teeth at the end of the hole. That's what that's going to be.
No.
It's going to look like Ancient Dungeon. That's what this is going to.
Yeah, exactly. Where was I?
You were next in topics.
Regus says my dog works at Sony. Damn, my dog's girlfriend works there too. Elephant Trap is going to check. He's going to prove me right, as I always am. And he says, yep, Quest 2 as well. There you go. There you go.
Disgusting.
So like he can't like. So if like the person saying bullshot, if they own a Quest 2 headset, then absolutely you can see where they're coming from, because it's not going to look anything like this for them. And if it does, that's like a miracle. Matt Marjanovic says GTA 5 Luke Ross viewer mod on PC got shut down by Rockstar. What? I can only wish that was because Sony is planning a GTA 5 PSVR 2 release. Then it's game on for sure. Damn. So if I can't play GTA 5 in viewer on PC. Is that what you're saying? They shut down the mod.
It sounds like they shut the mod down. Yeah.
Is there not
they
like
wiped
some
which...
underhand way to get the mod downloaded somehow? No.
Not if it's deleted entirely. No. Like, well, it's been around for a long time, so that is kind of fishy. How suddenly, like, only now they just decided to like, no, this is not. We're not going to allow this.
Yeah.
Even though it's been around for a while.
They could be decent though and like announce it first and then take it down. You know, we'd all be happy with that. Bad Robo says weapons would look like two sticks on the Quest 2, 100%, if even. If even. Elephant Trap says it will have dynamic phobias rendering on PSVR 2, unlike Arizona Sunshine 2. So that's something. That is something.
Good.
Because Arizona Sunshine 2 is it's not like an ugly game from what I've heard, so it'll be a jump up from that on PSVR 2.
I still have to play that. I have it. Still haven't played it.
Damn.
I'll get around to it.
Here's some of the details they've given us. Mostly they talk about story stuff and how it translates to VR. Pre-order start in September, so we might have a price, and then it's going to be a standalone prequel story. So if you're like me and you don't have any connection to Metro at all, I've never played a Metro game. Something about them that kind of made me feel like they were like a poor man's Fallout or something, you know, just not quite what I wanted. So you should be able to enjoy this because you should be able to follow the story. It's going to be a mix of stealth and action, but a slower pace to the combat versus the other Metro games. So if you're looking for that fast run and gun that you got with the flat Metros, you might not get that here as much. Fucking hell, I'm wheezing. You'll be exploring for ammo a lot, single bullets instead of full magazines. So you're going to be like really scrounging around the environments, looking at nooks and crannies and shit to try and fill up your magazine. There's going to be adaptive triggers and haptics for PSVR 2, and still no date beyond 2024. Oh, and if you want to see how many bullets you got left, you got to pull out your magazine and look at them that way. So it's kind of like realistic-ish.
All good stuff.
Is it?
Ish. That's why I said ish. Yeah.
I like having a reason to go scrounging around and exploring, trying to finding ammo. That's a good reason to go look around the maps.
Do you remember that very first Half-Life Alex trailer where it's like they push the boxes and shit out of the way and they see the shotgun shells? It's like
that's actually the first. Anytime anyone ever says Half-Life Alex, that's the first thing that pops into my mind is him like pushing the bottles with his hand and then grabbing the bullet.
Yeah.
Like
I've been trying to chase
burns into
that
my
high.
mind.
Been trying to chase that high for so long. We haven't got that on PSVR 2.
Yeah.
Bad Robo says don't pre-order ever. Always good advice. LSB says the shotgun and the pick looks a lot like the one in Alex. It does, and the wristwatch. Doesn't she have like a wristwatch? Could that kind of look similar to that too in Half-Life Alex? Maybe it shows health instead of time or something.
I don't know.
Definitely getting Alex vibes from this screenshot in particular.
Looks good.
Yeah. Anything else to say about this before we move on?
I hope you'll be able to pick up a bottle of whiskey or something, and it will be just as good as Half-Life Alex when you move it around and see the
liquid physics.
The liquid inside. Yeah.
If it doesn't have that, then it's 0
it's
out
garbage.
of 10.
Just delete
0
it.
out of 10. That's just how it is. Jackpot, you getting this day one? Pre-order?
Nope.
Deluxe edition?
Nope.
Deluxe.
Nope. No, I'm not getting this. Not because it's just single player games for me. I prefer to play the.
It's a scary game. It's gonna be scary.
Games,
Look at that thing. That thing's gonna rip you apart. You know.
Probably, but the thing is, I have so many. I haven't even finished Half-Life. I have so many games, so I feel like why am I spending more money on a game that I'm probably not gonna, You know what I mean? I
I
gotta
keep
finish
buying
all the
them.
other games.
I keep buying them, and I'm not playing them yet.
Yeah, but that's why the multiplayer
I'll
ones
get
for
around to
sure.
it.
Yeah,
I'll
but now
play
this
it
one,
tomorrow.
Aces. Yeah, Aces. I'm a pre-order that shit. If I get burned, that's fine. I'll still be okay with it. But
No, you'll be happy with
Aces
Ace.
for sure.
Ace is good. I would play this day one before I play Aliens. That's for sure.
You play this
Yeah,
before you play Aliens?
Yeah,
Based on what we've seen, me too. Yeah.
I think this is a higher chance of being good than Aliens.
interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not.
You
I'm just
you
not
have
quite
the
as hyped as it.
different
But
opinion?
I wish. I wish I was into like the flat Metro games. Like I wish I was a fan of those, and then I'd be way
I'm
more
not.
excited.
I
I'm
never
not
played
either.
any
I've
of the
never
Metro
played
games.
them. It just looks good.
I just know people that have, and they love them,
No,
and
no,
they say
listen.
how
I
good
still
they
think
are.
I still think it looks good. It's just that I'm not like
Yeah.
crazy hyped over it yet. Maybe
I'm
we
not
get more
crazy hype
gameplay or
over either,
whatever.
but between this, I'm not crazy hype over the Aliens. But if you ask me between this and Alien, I'm gonna tell you this based on what I've seen.
Okay.
But I'm not disappointed about the Aliens. I think the Aliens gonna be it's gonna be fine. I'm just hoping it's more scary than actiony and because like the Ghostbusters one we were kind of excited, but then it's just like it might be too kidsy. I'm not saying it's gonna be
Yeah.
too kidsy, but I just hope it's
Oh,
scary.
Aliens,
You know?
man.
No, they better
Don't you
imagine
remember
fucking
they
cell shaded alien comes out of the vent.
No, didn't you guys watch that video of the guy talking on stage and he was like being asked all the questions about like the Aliens game and he was saying how like he wants people to like come close to like dying from heart attacks if
Yeah.
that's their goal. Like he wants people like it's like I'm not saying I want someone to die from it, but if someone actually has a heart attack,
Mm.
you know, that means we did our job really well.
They're definitely saying the right things, but they just haven't
Yeah.
shown us the right things yet.
Yeah, we just need to actually see a trailer, and that will maybe put us at ease once we see what the game looks like.
100.
Yeah.
Lit. 100 fam. Fire. Jedi Dan says, I'm not big on
Uh,
I'm not big on single player games. Just like Jack Boss. Bad Robo says, Stilt is $2 now on PSVR 2 in the EU store. Damn. We gotta pay dollars in the EU store. You just bought us? Apparently it's good. Apparently it's good despite the Nintendo 64 look to it.
You know, you just suddenly got like 13 like early teens subscribers after using that lingo for like that like 5 seconds there.
Damn.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
You say that kind of stuff. It's just like oh
Damn.
numbers just went up.
On Skibbity?
Yeah,
No
yeah,
cap?
fam.
Damn, no cap. Next topic then is Wanderer, which is good news and bad news. Good news is we got like a big long deep dive trailer, which is like nearly 8 minutes long. It's got like the Rockstar style narrator. In Wanderer, you'll be doing this, this, and this. You know, they kind of explain what's going on.
Yeah,
And I've watched half of this because I feel like it shows maybe too much. But the
it does show a
half,
lot.
the half I did watch, I thought was like really, like it looked really, really good. I've never looked into Wanderer too much in terms of like the actual gameplay of the original or whatever. But this is like the first proper look I've had at this, and I'm excited after
What do you
watching this.
think?
You know, I think it looks really,
Yeah.
really good.
excited?
I,
You pumped?
I tried to stay away from it. Like I never played the first one, but I never watched too much gameplay footage because I did want to play it, especially when I heard it was coming to PSVR 2. So I just kind of shut it all off. I did watch this though, and it did show a little more than I wanted to see. But
Yeah,
what it did show is I like how it's very unique and it varies in gameplay. Like there's just so much going on. It's not just like a shooter. It's like you're swimming here. You're playing the drums on the next part, and you're
Yeah.
like doing all these different things, climbing in an area.
yeah, like Uncharted VR kind of
Yeah,
almost. Or
it's
something.
it's a variety of gameplay, so it's like always going to be like fresh, I think, which is kind of cool. Like,
Yeah. But the bad news is that it got delayed. It was supposed to be on in September, and it's now Halloween.
yeah, well,
Oh.
that's you can't. Every game's delayed. It seems like, so it's not too surprising.
Yeah, but in fairness, looking at this looks like really high production value. Like they're putting a lot
Yeah.
of care and attention into this, so that's fine. Delay that shit if you need to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if you're someone who doesn't really know anything about Wanderer, or you're on the fence, like I kind of was, like I was kind of keeping an eye on it, but I wasn't too into it. But watching this, or at least some of it, maybe don't watch all of it because it does show a good bit. It might get you off the fence and into the hype
I like
zone.
I like the menu system, like where the menus, like the items come off your wrist and they spin around, and then you pick which one you want to take. It's kind of a cool thing. You don't have to pull out a backpack. It doesn't look like. I think all the Maybe I'm wrong on that, but from what I'm seeing in this trailer, it looks like your menu system is just coming off your arm piece there.
Yeah. Well, I don't like it. There
Where
could
you
be like
spin it.
like a time travel hub, and maybe that's that menu for that, and maybe there's a different
Yeah.
inventory menu or something. I don't know, but
I think Decepticon told me he played it. I think it was pretty good. He told me it was good.
look at this. You got a remote control car in the moon. You can just play with a remote control car in the moon.
And there's
How
a
cool is
dead
that?
astronaut.
Yeah. Let me catch up on the chat a little bit. 2 yo-yos. Should I tell you that it costs 8.90 zlotys at the Polish store, Pumpkin? Well, no, you're right. $2 reduces is fine. LSB says Wanderer looks like a class act. It does. Mas Marjanovic says, so I beat Wanderer on PC. Would it be worth rebuying on PSVR 2 for the haptics and lengthened levels, or should I pass? And your opinions? I can't say because I haven't like you would know that better than me because you've already played us on PC. So did you love
What,
us
the
on
haptic?
PC?
What?
He's asking if he should buy it again for PSVR 2 for the haptics because the PC version isn't the remake version. Like this is a remake,
He said he already played on the PC, right?
but that's the original version. I'm guessing he
What,
means.
the Wanderer? Because yeah, this is they changed a lot in this version, like new gameplay and everything.
Yeah,
I don't
I
think
don't
it's
redone
just
the visuals and everything.
yeah. Well, I don't think it's
Depends on
just
how much.
I don't think it's just better visuals. I think they like changed gameplay, like actual like game mechanics in it. So
But yeah,
I think
Depends
it's-
on how much it's worth for him. If it's worth
Yeah.
whatever many updates, whatever 20, 30 bucks they're asking, then it's worth for him. You know?
like if
and,
you,
and also how if you really like it depends on how much you like the first one. If you thought
Exactly.
it was just mediocre, then maybe don't buy it. But if you really loved it, then you probably would like this version better. So yeah.
I keep in mind they're making a sequel to this as well. They've already announced the sequel.
Yes, which could be cool. Pirates.
Yeah,
I don't know anything beyond that. Pirates, yeah.
Pirates are
I
cool.
want to be a pirate.
Who doesn't like
in
that?
VR.
Um,
Since Sea of Thieves is never gonna happen, maybe they can make it happen.
Elephant Trap says Wanderer looks great. We'll get a physical edition too, which is always nice to have.
Yep, I like physical.
Matt says I loved it on PC, not PSVR 1, but it seems so similar to the PC version to me. What you're seeing on screen now looks so similar? Okay. Well, I can't say it's worth it for the haptics, because I haven't tried it.
Yeah.
But you're saying there's lengthened levels in there as well, so I don't. It depends on how long they are. I can't answer the question because I haven't played the original and I don't know what exactly is different. If I was like a huge fan, then probably. But maybe I'd wait for a sale in your position because you've already played this. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wait for reviews.
Or
anyway.
wait until a couple days and people will review it and see how much is added to it, like that you never seen yet, or like how much is different. Make up your mind then.
I don't think we have a price for that yet. Just the days, October 31st. Okay, next topic. Windlands 2, which was already on PSVR 1 a few years ago, is getting a port to PSVR 2.
Finally.
It's finally. It's coming July 25th. It's free if you already own the PSVR 1 version. You get that upgrade. It's going to have 90 native frame per second. Sorry, 90 frames per second natively. It's also going to have crossplay with other platforms. It'll have haptic feedback and adaptive trigger support.
Man, this game looks dated. So I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like
It's retro.
Damn.
It's got that
it
retro
does.
It does.
No, hold on. I should say this is a PSVR 1 trailer I got playing here.
Oh,
I couldn't find a trailer for the PSVR 2
Okay.
version, if there is one.
Well, it's going to be kind of the same game. It might look more polished, maybe. I
Well,
don't
like in the notes, they don't mention like enhanced visuals, so I don't know. Maybe it will
Yeah.
look pretty much the same. But this game did have its fans on PSVR 1. It has co-op. It has swinging around like Spider-Man and stuff. So that could be fun if you're really into that. Jackpot, can you put down the game?
I am
for 2
into
seconds?
Spider-Man, but this game never really appealed to
I'm
me.
joking. I'm joking. Keep doing whatever you're doing.
I'm looking at the notes. They're all
Yeah,
trash.
right. I can see
Game's
the reflection.
trash.
I can see the reflection of an erect
Let me eat my
penis.
Jimmy
You
cookies.
can see the erect penis in the reflection of your eye. Right. yeah, sorry, Muzz, you were saying before Jackpot rudely started masturbating.
Yeah, jackpot. Wait until the camera's off, man. No, this game is it just is. It doesn't appeal to me, and like I never played it on PSVR 1, and I don't know.
Yeah, this
It's
is
not a game like even though it's some people do like it and they say it's fun to swing around, but it just makes me more wanting an actual Spider-Man game that looks really awesome. Because I am a really big Spider-Man fan, and this still wouldn't still never got me to want to buy it. So.
Reminds me of To the Top a little bit. To the Top was a good game back in
Yeah.
the day for its era. It was good shit.
But yeah, let me just re-emphasize: this is not footage of the PSVR 2 version. This is the PSVR 1 trailer.
Yeah.
So don't judge it too harshly based on that. But yeah, it's got that rec room, walkabout mini golf kind of style.
Damn, Rec
going
Room.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
very,
by the
like,
way,
plain-looking
by the
environments.
way,
The Destiny shit?
yeah, I was
See
just
the
gonna
Destiny
say,
shit?
they got a crossover with Destiny going on in Rec Room, where they got
In
like,
Rec Room,
they got like first person shooting going on in there now, and shit, it's crazy.
I obviously am a fan of Destiny, but I low key really want to just play that one mode where you can walk around the tower in VR. That would be pretty cool. I want to play that.
Yeah, too bad. So sad. Rec Room is not viable on PSVR 2, so we don't get to play that.
Not what about PC? Is it not on PC VR?
Yeah, you get it on PC.
Well, there you
And
go.
Quest,
I
you
can
get it
play
on
it.
Quest, and Quest.
I can play it then.
Everywhere
I can
else,
play it in August.
everywhere.
I
You
can
get it
play.
on Switch.
I can
Apparently
play
it's
it in
coming to the
August.
Switch. It's coming everywhere. Yeah, in August. Me too, I guess.
I just want to see the visuals of the tower in VR. That's all. I don't even really want to do all the other stuff. I just want to walk around the tower and look at stuff.
Bad Robo says, "Okay, I'm going to try Stilt. Good night, all. I hope you have a good time in Stilt, Mr. Robo."
Stilt. I heard that's really good quality.
Mr.
For a
Dan,
platformer, good stuff.
yeah, bouncing around multiplayer as well. Apparently, or they're adding a multiplayer lobby or something soon. Donnie says, "I think I have Wanderer for PSVR, but I can't remember. I wanted to play it because the concept is different. Time traveling to save the world, playing as different characters in different locales. It's like Quantum Leap. Remember that show used to be on?
TV show?
Yeah, Quantum Leap.
Yeah.
Space Tarzan, says Donnie, basically. Dead Dance says pass. Jackpot says next topic. Which is Be Haptic is the next topic because it's officially supporting PSVR 2 from today. It's official. 4 games. We knew about 2 games. So 2 of them are new. Surprises. We knew about Legendary Tales and we knew about Breachers, but they're also getting Hellsweeper VR and
Pavlov?
Big Shots.
Contractors?
Big Shots.
What?
We don't have contractors on PSVR 2, you bitch. This is for PSVR 2 only. But yeah, Big Shots is that like Borderlands style mech shooter game. I don't know if you remember that came out and nobody really seems to talk about too much.
Why is Pavlov not one of them? That doesn't make any sense.
It's crazy. That is crazy. It says this is just the start, so hopefully there'll be lots more to come. It's expensive. It's expensive to buy this, but if you've got the cash for this kind of shit, apparently it's really, really cool. Like it really adds to the immersion, especially when the games are like natively supported with this, because like, you can use it on every game if you just like it runs off the audio, so it's not quite as good. But if you're running on a native game, like then they've got it specifically designed so that you feel a bullet hitting the same place it should, and all that kind of shit.
$520.
It's crazy, and that's just the vest. I think you can get like
they have like different one.
You
can get just the vest.
Crazy.
It's a lot of money still, but you can get just one of the vests. I don't know how many fucking. It says made for the Questicle, $329, and you can do the first person shooter bundle for $659 on sale instead of $778, and that comes with some gloves, not gloves, some like wristband thing, whatever the fuck these things are, and a couple other stuff. But yeah, it's a lot of money. It says 250 plus supported games.
But that's not for PSVR 2. That's on other platforms. We've only got 4 supported on PSVR 2 right now.
Out of the 250, this is what I mean. Just sell it. Sell it right now.
This is only the start, all right? You didn't start with 250 on PC either. But yeah, listen, Pavlov has to be there.
Just ask for one. You never know. Be like, listen, I have the PlayStation VR 2. I got some of those trash games you support, and I'm getting a PC. I'll play all these other games. I'll put the vest on. I'll promote
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
I'll get,
yeah.
I highly influence the gaming community
sure
in
do.
VR, so
I've
I'd be
tricks.
to
like,
get that.
I've got
I
I've
am
got
going
Dan
to
to spend
hire.
hundreds on me. I can do it again.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
you know.
Shit.
Yeah, just show them those donations and be like,
Yeah.
see how big I am? See how big I am? Look at my
Give me a
donation.
suit. Give me a goddamn suit.
And make it extra large, please. Extra large.
This is one size fits all. And if it doesn't, just,
I can feel his oni in my tits. Donnie, Donnie says Rec Room.
just wrap it around your face and get a concussion after playing it for a little while.
Get stuck.
Head massage.
Suffocate. Rec Room has had some crazy updates. I'd like to see what it would look like in the headset of PSCR. Damn, he's fucking mixing them up now. PSVR 2, but we'll never get to see. Roy says, I loved Quantum Leap. And Sliders. Yeah, I remember Sliders too. Shit, that takes me back. Yeah. Remember that episode where he fucking did come back to the right timeline and then the gate didn't squeak, so he was like, oh, this is not my correct timeline. But then he goes back and then his mother comes out with a fucking oil can or whatever. She just fixed the fucking squeak. Anyway, that haunted me.
Yeah.
Nightmares for years.
Gyson is here. How you doing, Gyson? Yes, exactly. Because I only ever saw a few episodes. I never saw like the full season or how it ended. But Gyson says B Haptics is part of the Prime sale. 20% off. So
that's what I'm doing right now. I'm looking at Prime. I'm looking at cats. And I'm
Damn.
looking at Prime deals.
Looking at cats and erect penises.
I'm gonna get a cat.
Getting jerked,
No.
jerked off.
No.
Matt Marjanovic says, so I have B Haptics X40 for PC, and it is truly game changing. And their customer support is top notch. It is immersion.
You see?
It is immersion amazing. So how does it connect to PSVR 2? Bluetooth question mark? Will I need PS5 adapter? Well, in this trailer here, they show like some kind of app on the phone. I don't know, is the phone bridges or something? I don't know.
It could
how
just be
works.
some software
As long as-
thing or some shit that you can.
As long as you don't
Yeah.
experience any delay, that would really suck if like the bullets happen to like
Yeah.
hit you just a fraction off, so it just doesn't feel right, like of like the bullet.
Can you imagine if they got like official support for Phasmophobia with that? Like you could feel like something tapping your shoulder, or, you know.
Well, I wonder if
creepy
that's
little
already
things.
for the PC, but I don't know.
Maybe look it up. Well, not now. Whenever in your
Fine.
own time.
I'm doing right now.
Donnie says, since PSVR 2 was so expensive and not worth it according to those people, why is this not a topic of interest for the negative Nancy's?
Bitch.
Listen, this is the cost of the fucking headset itself. It's like really hard to imagine they sell more than 100 or 200 of these for the entire PSVR 2 player base. I don't know. I could be wrong on that, especially with just 4 games. Like, I personally would wait until a bigger library is supported.
At least give me Pavlov. If
Or
I'm
the
on
PC.
Pavlov, then there's no chance. of
Yeah,
getting
for the
it.
PSVR 2, I think it's a lot of money for, no offense, the games that, like you said, if it's Pavlov or, I mean, Breachers is not bad, but it's a lot of fucking money just for one game. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't. Some people spend a lot of money. I spend a
Yeah.
lot of money on shit that people think it's dumb, but I don't care. But I think if you have a PC, because I'm looking right now, okay, you say Phasmophobia. At least in this article it says Phasmophobia. This is from a long time ago, I don't know when, 2021. Phasmophobia just got even spookier with haptic suit support. So I think it
Cool.
does support it. So
I'd like to see what
So-
that's like.
we'll get a ask
But
them,
for
beg them, send them some
Phasmophobia,
dick
it's
pics,
just-
feed
no,
pics, and be like,
no,
you send me a goddamn
no.
suit, I'll promote you guys.
My question for anybody that has used a Bioptics vest is when you play a game that has collision between players, like your gun will hit somebody, like a teammate. If you go up to a teammate or someone goes up to you and like hits you on the shoulder with their gun, do you feel that? Or do you only feel the bullets?
Is there any game that does that?
Well, there's
Yeah.
there's games where you can like hit your friends with your gun, like there's collision, but I'm just wondering if the vest would pick up on that, like if the gun's hitting you,
Good
like would
question.
you feel that the gun, like if someone hits you on the back, would you feel like a tap on your back from where the gun's hitting?
That'd be cool.
That would be
creepy.
cool.
That'd be creepy too. You know, like it would trick your brain so much into thinking that you're actually wherever you're fucking are in the headset.
Yeah.
The immersion would be insane. Did I dance?
I doubt it does that, but that would be a bigger draw for me if it could pull off something like
You
that.
just want to go
Like,
fucking
where you-
creep people out, just go touch people on their backs like some kind of creep. Sniff their hair. If someone comes up, someone comes up and sniffs my hair, can I feel their breath on my neck? Dance.
if I breathe on someone's neck with their hairs come on.
Will it give me goosebumps? Did I Dance's B Haptics X40 is $423 on Prime sale. That's still a lot of money. Even if Matt Marjanovic says it's a steal at that price, but that's like crazy money for a vest.
Yeah.
Is it rechargeable, or you got to stick some kind of batteries into it, or
Probably
what's the
rechargeable.
power source in that? LSB
Probably
says Brandon
chargeable.
uses B Haptics vest to pray breachers all the time. He has talked about
There
that
you go.
actually, yeah. Rego says comes out to $423 with Prime sale if someone was curious. Thank you, Regos.
Yeah.
Mass says until you try it, you just won't know. It's like trying to show VR off a flat screen. You must experience it. Listen, I know it would be cool. Just like I know a steering wheel would be cool and like a hot ass flying stick
Ooh.
would be cool, but the money is too much. What?
Talking about the steering wheel, do you see I posted a link on the Prime sale right now? If you're looking for a steering wheel, a really, really good one, there's a couple. I think maybe the one that Moss has is also on sale, but the G29 or whatever, the Logitech, it has really good feedback, and it's only on sale. It's usually $300, and it has a clutch, the pedals, all three of them,
Nice.
and it's $189. $189 instead of $300. And one thing about those things, if you like racing games, I mean, you probably already have one, but if you're thinking about one, it really makes a huge difference having a wheel and one that has the feedback support, which is really, really good.
Tempting. If I had the
Yeah.
cash, but that money's all going for the PC.
It's better for the PC, but yeah, it's a good deal.
Damn,
It's a really
Pumpkins
good deal.
needs you again.
Just rattle the fucking cup.
But it's cool because it has PC support too, so you can use that shit on the PC.
Good. Dan says there's a YouTube video showing B Haptics with Phasmo. Damn. I'd like to see an example. Okay, I will check that out. I can't check it now because, listen, when I have the PC, I'll be able to check out videos while I'm streaming. No problem. My laptop won't explode. Matt says, for example, the haptics on Half-Life Alyx, you feel items drop in your backpack and slide down. In VR chat,
Cool.
you total feeling people rub on you. And that was too
Ooh.
much.
Oh,
and
you
quite
do?
creepy for me.
Let me see.
Damn, that's cool.
Contractor says that.
For example, the graphic.
No, he said, oh, no, don't know if contractors have it, but
VR
chat.
In VR
chat.
chat.
My
In
stuff.
VR
Half-Life
chat,
Alyx
you
as
totally feel people rub on you. It was too
Damn,
much.
I like how Muzz is focusing on that. Like
Yeah.
he's like, oh, viewer chat, writing down the name of the game, writing down the price is $423. Amanda, give me your purse.
Who wants a neck rub in VR, guys?
Just hanging out with the guys, rubbing some necks, babe. See you later on.
Okay,
Regos.
so they might bring it for contractors too. It's just very expensive, dude. If it was like
Is-
closer to the steering wheel prices, I would consider it. Because if it does a huge difference, like for me, the wheel did, it will probably be worth it. But that's too much money for me, dude.
It's a lot.
Fucking broke bitch.
It's a lot. Now, what's the second-hand market in these things like? Probably.
It's
fucking
probably very
covered in
expensive
jizz.
too, and because everybody wants to get the top of the fucking money, thinking that their shit is, because it's used, is still worth a lot. But it's, and I don't think a lot of people are selling them. I tried to get one a long time ago. There was another brand that had it, and they were fucking asking almost full price. I was like, you guys are fucking retarded.
Still talking about wheels?
No, the vest.
Yes.
Uh,
Rego says if they support GT7, I would maybe consider it. Gran Turismo 7 would be good for the vest too, and it's just feeling that rumbling and shit. Like if the road surface changes and you're feeling this in the vest. Ray Schwartz says the charge lasts forever, many hours. Long time. Matt Marjanovic says it's rechargeable and wireless and lasts for quite a while. It's my favorite accessory and beats out steering wheel and HOTAS.
But what's
only because it works
what's the
on
difference?
way more games.
There's like 5 different fucking vests, like on the
I don't know.
website at least.
Maybe
There's
more
like
more sensors and shit. Maybe one of the more expensive ones. Like more.
Well, which one do you guys on the chat have?
They're
Because
saying
is it even worth?
X40 or something. Is that?
Okay, well the X40 is the one I think the beefy one that has the most. That's $529.
Apparently on the sale that's 423, with the Prime sale.
423. Yep, it's right here.
Yeah.
Ooh, still a lot.
Still a lot.
That is very pricey, man.
That is very pricey, but has 40 vibration motors.
Damn.
Ooh,
What happens if you put that?
I mean-
Like if you put that on your penis, could it bring you to completion?
you probably nothing because no sensitivity anymore after all the kids and everything you ran through. It's done.
It depends.
It's a
It depends on
personal
what.
message.
It'd be great.
depends
It'd be
on-
good
it-
times.
It depends on what gun you're getting shot with. Like if it's the heavy machine gun, that might do it. But I mean, just like a little pistol, that wouldn't.
No,
That wouldn't.
anymore.
Yeah, it's the same price as a Questicle. Hey, if you guys want a Quest 3, get it right now. It's on sale on the Amazon Prime. $429.
Damn, you should sell
Instead
your.
of
You should sell your
$4.99.
Quest and then buy a haptics vest instead.
And then how am I gonna use it if I don't have anything to play with?
You get
if I don't have a
you
Questicle?
used to be playing on PC. You got the PSVR 2 headsets. You got the PC adapter. You can play it that way.
No, I'm not gonna play that trash.
Very cool.
$60 adapter.
Very cool. Kind of
because
HD
no.
order. You know, it doesn't work, but it's.
And
still
now I can't
hassles.
watch big screen with Pete. No.
Of course you can. It'll be on PC.
Not,
Get
not
the
on
PC adapter.
standalone.
Why would you want it
Not
on
a
standalone?
standalone.
Don't be
Because
ridiculous.
sometimes Amanda's playing some games, Power Washer Simulator on the
Too bad. She's
PC,
gotta
and I
sell
just
it.
give
Too
it-
bad, Amanda. It's got to be sold.
Shut up. Damn, 423 is a lot of money, but it's tempting.
Someone's just selling jackpot on a fucking haptics vest.
It has return policy, return policy, Amazon, you can return anything.
Okay, all right. Rogue, you see, he's just top of the morning. Rogue, give us your lighter, you can. LSP says, so much feel, Muzz. Ray Schwartz says 350
Hey,
for mine.
you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Dang. Ooh, they have gloves too? Holy shit.
How much
they
is
got
that? Can you just get the gloves by themselves to work?
Great question. The gloves are $250 for the pair.
What?
It says
250 for
come
just
with
gloves?
improved hand. Yeah, well,
Damn.
it has tactic shit and sensors too, bitch. It's not just.
That's not, is that supported on PSVR 2 as well, though, or is it just the vest?
This one, I think this one only the Questicle. I don't know if it says in here. It says power LED 1 haptic motor. It has a motor. It has some like, it says haptic motors on the fingertips, each of your fingertips.
That's probably only good for like finger tracked games on Quest and shit, where they use finger tracking.
Yeah, because like,
you're
how
using a
often are you gonna get
controller-
shot in your hands?
Yeah,
So that's
Yeah,
gonna be
this
more
is-
for
so you can feel you're picking up something or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah,
like
but
when you
what
get-
games? Yeah, it's
Gotcha.
probably gonna be.
Like
Well, every time you pick up
more
your gun,
feet.
it would probably have a bit of a rumble every time you like grab something. But I mean, it wouldn't be like, I don't know. That seems like excessive.
What's like the
Well,
sleeves? What is this
it also-
shit for?
I guess that you could technically get more use out of the gloves because like if you're doing something like hitting numbers on a pin pad, like Pavlov,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Pressing the buttons, you'd feel the tap
That'd be
of
cool.
the buttons.
Yep.
Yeah. So all that
Yeah,
kind of
that'd be
stuff
cool.
is.
But what do you think? There's some
It'd be very-
stuff that you put on your wrist, right? There's like a wrist thing, like a where your watch will be, and it has just a big old fucking sensor thing with feedback. Why would you want that? That seems kind of odd.
I guess because your arms are like a blank spot, so maybe that just gives you some kind of feedback if you get hit in the arm somewhere. Like it would do that instead of having a
Do
whole
they have everything?
sleeve. Because you don't. It's not. It's
They
not
even get
full
for the
body.
feet. Yeah, they have
But,
feet. That is fucking
There should be a
crazy.
onesie. There should be like a full body onesie.
Might as well, yeah.
Yeah,
Give us
filled
just a
with
fucking
sensors.
suit.
And it would be $2,500 for
Yeah.
the onesie suit.
Deadeye Dan says, I may look into the vest since it's on sale. Dan, if you didn't give me all that money, you could just drop the cash on one right now.
I know.
I'm
It's
sorry.
because
Dan.
they can get.
He's asking for the refund as we speak.
Chargeback. There's a chargeback option there somewhere.
You can
There's
get,
so
you
much
can
for the
get a
PC.
refund if you don't like it, Dan. Just return it. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Dan. Mas Mirjanovic says X40 is the best. Dan says
Yeah.
B haptics crouch support. Crouch or crotch?
Ooh, yeah. Please clarify.
Both. Why can't you have
Please
both?
clarify.
Because otherwise, I'll buy right now. Yeah, I'm wasting my credit card.
Put it in the sleeve. That little sleeve that goes into. Especially little
Damn
for
you
you.
motherfuckers making me spend more money.
You're not buying that, are you?
No.
It's already shipped. It's already got the
He's
shipping
buying it right
email.
now on his phone.
It's
He's buying it
confirmed.
right now.
No. Listen, it has return policy. I might just try it and see, you know.
Rego says, "Does it work for prawn?" Asking for a friend. I bet it does.
Oh, great,
Great
great.
question.
Where do I find this in the fucking dark web?
Matt says it also is relaxing to use for all music and can even be used for massaging you in Terobap.
Where's my card?
You will not be disappointed. What the fuck is Terobap?
I don't know.
Sounds
But
like a porn. That sounds like a porn app.
pleasurable.
Boot up Terobap. I'm looking to jizz, spray my DNA all over the ladies in Paris, France. Roy Schwartz says if you're a member, you can use Affirm and make payments with 0 interest.
Damn, sucking you in.
Damn, you lads are fucking representatives from B-Aptics infiltrating the chat, talking about payment schemes.
Look, it's weird because on the shut up, but it works. The PSVR 2 on the website for the vesting, it says PSVR 2, right? And the main picture, they have a fucking dude sitting down with the vest, but they have a flying like Aces of Thunder fucking thing.
Okay.
But it's not supported. And then the next picture, they have a lady sitting down next to a fucking car, like it's Gran Turismo, which I don't think it's supported, right?
Also not supported, yeah. So who has to do the work for that, though? Is it the developers of those games have to do it, or did the team that be haptic like work on a profile that you can download for
I'm
these
assuming
games?
both because when I was doing research right now, when you guys were talking, I saw the contractors on Reddit if there was already a feedback support on the thing, and I don't think it's yet, but it says that somebody asked them directly, and they saying that hey, we are to the Vest people, and then the Vest people contacted contractors to see if they can work to do something. So I do think they have to work together probably to get this out, but. I mean,
what's the chances of Sony like willingly working with them to get Gran Turismo 7 on it? Like,
that's what I'm saying for the PC.
False advertisement.
I mean, 4 games, dude. Nah, this is not worth it for 4 games. But for the PC, Phasmo, fucking all these other games.
Yeah, Phasmo especially. Imagine playing that by yourself with the haptics vest on.
Fuck no.
Donnie says Pumpkins is going to be so moist once he has his PC because of all the things he'll be able to do that he can't currently. Either the streams will be awesome as fuck, or his brain will explode because of his smoothness. Its smoothness. Well, I'll definitely be able to like pull up, like if I need to fact check something right now in the middle of a fucking touching tips, like I'll just have like another monitor there where I can just Google something without having to worry. It's like a small little thing, but it'll make the difference. Matt says the vest is enough, but they have arms, gloves, and even have haptic add-ons. But the vest is enough, in my opinion. Face haptic add-ons is what he was trying to say.
Damn, fucking get jizzed on and feel every
feel it running down your chin. Bukkake simulator. SP says, sorry, Dan. PP can only give you backstore credits. I'm sorry, he's well done. He can pay you back in PP merch. I can afford it. Don't need a refund. Lol, says Dan. Damn, Dan. Living the life of a king.
It's not about that. It's just to see if it's worth it. Maybe it's not worth it. Damn, maybe everybody's lying. Maybe these people work for the Vest people. You know, they're like, hey, buy this shit. Shit is great.
Apparently, the customer support is good, though. Rogue says gloves and wrists are mainly for weapon feedback, recoil, etc. As far as I am aware. Yeah, that makes sense. Recoil in the wrists. That's a good idea. Good use for that. I feel like we've talked an awful lot about B-haptics. Are you ready to get on to the next topic?
Yeah.
Have you ordered that already? He definitely is going to buy this today.
It's on my carrot. It's on my carrot.
He's about to press pay. You're like,
You just keep talking. Keep talking.
Payment.
I'm busy. Next topic. Okay, next topic is Arcane Age. We've got some good news about Arcane Age, as you can see in that screenshot there. If you're able to see it, I can't, so hopefully I've got the notes here. So they're giving us development updates with an image, as you can see, giving us a bunch of information. So it's going to have a 10 to 15 hour campaign, and if you want to platinum it, you can expect to spend around 20 hours. It will support dynamic full viewed rendering, which will roughly double the resolution. You have the option for 90 native or 60 to 100 reprojection. apparently that's dependent on Sony. So if Sony approved that, then that's going to be how it is. There's going to be eye-tracked weapons, including like a legendary throwing axe type thing and grenades. Eye-tracked grenades. Remember that? Anyone? No?
Oh boy.
Trash. Trash.
Sniper scopes activates based on your blink, which I don't understand. Does that mean you close one eye and then the scope will pop up?
Maybe.
Is that what that means? Even though you shouldn't do that.
How old
in
is your
real
cat, Muzz?
Damn, he's gone. The cat's got him. Oh, there he is. He's back.
He is. He's not gonna tell me.
He's about 7 to 8, somewhere around.
Nice.
He's middle-aged cat.
Tasteful.
Grenade throws with your eyes, not cool. I mean, it's not a competitive shooter, so I guess it won't matter as much, right?
Yeah, and maybe it's optional as
Yeah.
well. Maybe it's not forced. I don't know. Apparently, there's going to be a beta starting on PC today, and they're hoping to get a beta on PC before launch. But once again, that's going to be Sony dependent, I think. So yeah, Arcanage. It's one of those games like Aces of Thunder where it's not coming to Quest, but it is coming to PSVR 2 and PC. So hopefully, we're not going to be seeing evidence of it being held back. However, it is being made by a very small studio. I'm not sure what their budget is either. I don't think it looks particularly high budget, although their first game was really low budget too, and it really impressed with like how interactive everything was and the way they utilized virtual reality and had these cool mechanics and everything, which was Shadow Legends. If you've never played that on PSVR 1, you missed out. I got the platinum for that. I liked it so much. But yeah, very good game. Geisen says there are mods for B haptics on the PC. I assume that means porn mods. But yeah, Arcanage, and they're getting close to a release date. Based on all these fucking, Sony, basically. Anything to say about this before I move on? You're gonna follow that up with that thing.
I was thinking, but no.
He's just thinking about the
Yeah.
vest. He's like,
I'm looking at the fucking
vest
reviews
am I
of the goddamn vest. 'Cause I think you guys are lying to me. I don't know.
Lying about what?
Should I get the vest or should I get the gloves with the vest?
I don't want you to buy the vest. It doesn't matter to me if you buy it or not.
No,
but that's-
I've been interested. I've been interested in this game since I first saw it announced a long time ago. So I think it's looking pretty good.
Yeah, mixture of sci-fi and kind of fantasy mixed together. But anyway, we'll end it on a bit of sad news for Zenith.
What?
If you're a big Zenith fan, we talked about this before.
Zenith?
Sorry. The MMO, the only big virtual reality MMO. They kind of had a big update, remember, a few months ago, where they're like, "This is it. If this doesn't pay off, then Zenith is kind of fucked." And
They made it free. They made it free for everybody.
Yes, and it sounds like it didn't pay off, and Zenith is
No.
fucked. Now it's not shut down or anything, but they're stopping development on it, so no more updates, no more content. But they'll keep the servers open for the foreseeable future while they move on to their next project. The developers are called Ramen Viewer, by the way. If you were wondering, ramen,
Like
the
the soup?
noodles or
Ramen noodles?
soup or whatever, yeah,
Ramen noodle.
whatever that is.
It's not great for you.
Well, neither was Zenith.
Well, I downloaded it when it was free, but I never played it.
I never played it. I'm just talking shit.
I better try it before they shut the servers down just to see what it looks like.
But yeah, I don't know. Just expected.
Yeah, it was
maybe a little bit ahead of its time. Maybe it needed to be next gen.
It was like the first go at like an MMO and VR, so it's like I
just wish
they
it wasn't
tried.
anime style.
Well, yeah, and like the graphics weren't like crazy good when this came out either. So I mean, but like how many other? There hasn't been many other, or has there been another MMO attempt in VR yet? I don't think so. Right?
Maybe on PC,
Not that
but
I can think.
I can't think of any.
I can't think of any
anywhere else.
that tried it. So no one else tried to perfect on it.
Well, because like an MMO more than like any other game, like you need a big player base.
Well,
So
yeah,
virtual
that's
reality
a
is
big
like
part of it.
not where you go for that. So it was very brave of them to do it. you know?
Yeah, like being the first to try it,
Yeah.
which
And if things went differently, if VR went more mainstream, maybe like Zenith would be like a massive success, the next World of Warcraft or whatever. But that's not the way the cookie crumbled, sadly.
yeah,
You're living in the
I can't.
timeline where Harambe was assassinated.
Well,
Sorry, go
I
on.
don't even understand the comparison, but anyway.
I'm just saying that's not the reality we live in, where Harambe is still alive. We're in
I
this
get you.
timeline.
I get you. It's like, what does Harambe have to do with me?
He's an idiot. He's
Is
an
he in the
idiot.
game?
Don't worry
Is
about
he in the
him.
game? He's
Dicks
the
out for
character that
Harambe.
you can play?
Remember Dicks Out for Harambe? Those were good times.
Yeah.
But yeah, rest in peace.
I would like to
Zenith.
see someone else to take a shot at it, but I mean, there's no way anyone's going to try it again until VR starts taking off. I don't think after seeing.
Unless like
Seeing this one.
and Elon Musk comes along, it's like, hey, I got billions
Yeah.
here, make this game.
If
for
only
me
he was into
specifically.
VR,
Yeah,
man.
I know.
We need to get Elon Musk playing VR and see how awesome it is, and they'll be like,
Stop.
yeah,
man.
I want to invest like a few billion in this to make it like get going.
Yeah, fuck this fucking space rocket shit. All that money he's wasting
Yeah.
on these space rockets when he could be
It
making
is.
Grand Theft Auto.
I mean, making
7
VR awesome, yeah.
You know, he could be.
Who cares about your
buy
electric
Rockstar.
cars? Like, forget about the electric cars. You don't need those.
No, he needs to buy Rockstar and then make all their games virtual reality.
Yeah, like get a whole team just devoted to making every one of their games VR compatible. Yeah.
Apparently, it's
Gotta
like
happen.
one of his girlfriends who was like, "Oh, you should buy X or Twitter and make it your own," and then he did it. So we just need someone to seduce him, who's a virtual reality fan, and then like, "Oh, you should buy Take-Two and make everything virtual reality."
Yeah. I'll try to get close next week, and I'll get shot doing it. I'm sure by his army guards, probably.
Matt says everyone in chat are all in our vests masturbating. Wow, disgusting. Disgusting. That's probably what it'll be. You come into a match of breachers, everyone's got the vest, and they're all just sitting around in the corner, stroking each other with their guns. It's like, what's that sound? Did I Dance says, looks like BHaptic supports Pavlov on PC, so you would think it would come to PSVR 2. You would. But maybe they've got like coming soon. Is there a coming soon section where they got like a few that they're working on, or is it all secret? Danny says MMOs not only need a big player base, but they normally have loads of updates, expansions, add-ons, etc. in order to be successful. Also, they usually have subscription fees as well
Yeah.
to support all those expansions and shit, whereas this was free to play and it couldn't do it. Well, at least it became free to play. But yeah, that's it for Zenith.
Bye Zenith.
You can join Firewall Ultra as one of those games you can still play, but will never get more content, sadly.
Yeah. I need a lighter. I don't have a lighter.
All right, that's it.
I wasn't prepared.
That's it. Last topic is
That's it.
fax machine. That's all we got left. Jackpot, you alright? You seem
Oh.
upset. You sad you just spent $400?
Zenith.
You're so upset.
He's sad on
I'm
Zenith.
not, I
Zenith
haven't.
is
I'm
the
sad Zenith, you know that game.
Oh yeah, big fan.
Never played it.
Big fan.
And
Here comes the
no,
intro.
no.
R.I.P.
It's
R.I.P.
that time again for questions and topics submitted by our viewers. So let's go to our fax machine and see what we
Credits.
have. Fax me harder, Daddy.
Stop
I've
looking
been a
at your
bad
card.
boy.
I don't think-
He can't keep his eyes off it. We got three.
Staring.
We've got three questions today. One from LSB and two from Shades. So the first one is
Two.
from LSB. He says, what do you think of the price of the PSVR 2 PC viewer adapter? Is it too expensive or just right?
Yes.
I think it's a little bit higher than I wanted, but I think it's not over the $100 mark, so I think it's alright.
It's lower than I thought based on what people were saying. People in the know were like, this is going to cost 100. And then it's
No.
60, which is still bullshit. It's still bullshit that it's cost that much for another fucking
Yeah.
breakout box.
Yeah.
Pisses me off that I have that expense coming up. And that it doesn't come with that stupid fucking wire, the virtual display.
Yeah.
$5.
wire,
$5
whatever.
more,
It doesn't
bitch.
matter. But
$10
just
more.
add that if it's so cheap, then Sony just fucking put it in the box, you asshole.
I hate you.
know?
They won't do anything for you.
Fucking
Just
asshole.
have to go to you have to go to one more step to get it working.
Yeah, it's just everything's a pain. Everything's a pain. But yeah, it could be worse. It could be worse. It's fine. It's probably just about fine.
Oh, you can look forward to like taking like 10, 15 minutes to get your games running in when you start trying to play PC VR. It's gonna be really fun.
Yay. Find all the wires, trip on the box.
Get all the settings right. You have to work on the settings for a good
VSync.
like.
VSync on or VSync off?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, thank you, LSB, for the question. Shades says, how do you feel about Aces of Thunder getting a PC version? On the one hand, it's a shame to lose an exclusive. On the other, it'll be good for the player base, which is important for multiplayer. Thoughts? That's actually a good point. I didn't even bring it up, the fact that we're losing their only exclusive. You know?
Yeah.
Who cares?
But what I think it's important, like he said, for the player base, like it should be multiplat because PSVR 2 doesn't have enough players to support us. It still doesn't. It still doesn't look good that we like PSVR 2 doesn't have any upcoming exclusives outside of maybe. I'm trying to think of that game.
Nothing.
It was like the Aztec god thing, the horror thing. I can't remember the name of it, but apparently that's exclusive to PSVR 2, but I don't know.
I think it's important to be on PC for a multiplayer game like this, so I'm fine with it. Like,
yeah.
It's on PSVR 2. That's all I care about. I don't care if other people can play it or not. It's just as long as the game comes out, it's good, and a lot of people are playing it. That's all I care about.
But look, people will say, and I've already seen Dan saying, we don't need exclusives. We need VR to get bigger. Yes, that's definitely true for multiplayer games, but I still think your headset needs to have something, especially when it's as expensive as the PSVR 2, when it has, apparently a lack of support from Sony themselves. I mean, you need something to get people buying that instead of the Quest.
That's what the foveated rendering and the eye tracking is for. Is they just have to use it, and then that's what our headset is for. We get those features with which the other ones don't.
Yeah, but that's like 5% of the library use that, maybe.
Exactly. Well, that's on Sony then, because they're not making it, or I guess the developers don't want to put the cost into making it work. I guess I don't know.
Like it takes some of them 6 months to get it working, so you can imagine why someone would want to do that.
Yeah.
But
especially
also,
for a smaller player base.
But if you look at the best games on PSVR 2, it's Gran Turismo, it's Resident Evil. Both of the Resident Evil games, they're all exclusives. Exclusives matter. It's like
it does.
Yeah, they matter to the headset. They shouldn't matter to the people playing, but in terms of the success of the headset, I think you need exclusives. And that's been true with consoles. Like, look at the PlayStation's PS4 was so successful because of all the fucking exclusives it had.
Yeah.
High quality exclusives.
Like single players are 100%, I think, should be more. Like, if it's a single player game, yes, I would want that to be an exclusive. But a multiplayer game like this, like, as much as it would be cool to keep it an exclusive, like, it's just not realistic. Our PSVR 2 player base isn't big enough. You need to make sure the game is successful, and it would just be stupid not to make it cross-platform. So
yeah, I mean, I agree.
In this case, it has to be. It's just unfortunate, but that's just where we are because PSVR 2 isn't adapted as much as other headsets. So.
If it wasn't for the fact that Aces of Thunder was literally,
it's not trash. All the people aren't buying it are trash.
Well, that's true as well.
Trash bags.
But if it wasn't for the fact that Aces of Thunder was literally the only announced exclusive that we had, and all of a sudden that's gone now. Like, that one selling point that we had in terms of the library is gone. Now you can get it on PC. Get the adapter. Play it there instead. Give your money.
What about Wanderer? I thought, isn't Wanderer exclusive?
That's coming to Quest. They even put out a video today to compare us to Quest, and I think it's coming to PC as well, maybe.
Yeah.
Or it's already on PC. I can't remember.
That would have been a good one to be exclusive.
But yeah, that's we've got nothing to lure people in. You have to have a fucking carrot at the end of the stick, and we don't. We just have a stick. That's all we got. Shades of Grey Master has another question. He says, Arcanage is entering PC viewer closed beta today, with a short PSVR 2 beta to follow once they clear certification with Sony. Are you excited for Arcanage? Do you think it has a chance against some of the bigger titles launching later this year, or does it need to beat the Rush to sell well?
I think it will sell okay. I don't think it's gonna beat some of the other bigger titles in sales, but I mean, I think it looks quality, and people should see just from like the look of it, it should show that it looks like a good quality game. I don't know if it would just be like the people that like the kind of fantasy type of games that would only buy it, or someone that's like a diehard Pavlov fan. I don't know if they're looking at it and like, oh, I want to play that big time. So it's hard to say.
I'm personally excited for it, but not because of like anything I've seen from the game yet. Mostly because it's the developers behind Shadow Legends, which is
Yeah,
100%.
they know what they're doing.
That's most of the reason why I'm excited about it. In terms of will it sell well? Because it's not coming to Quest, I don't think it's going to sell well. Like, I mean, it depends on how you define well. But if you look at Behemoth, for example, where that's coming to every platform, that's going to have like 80-90% of its sales on Quest, and the rest will be split between PC and PSVR 2. And Arcane Age won't have that because it's not coming to Quest. So, depending on how much they're comfortable with making, like maybe their success for them maybe is a lot lower than what it needs to be for Behemoth. But like, I don't expect it to be in like topping Beat Saber in the charts or whatever, you know.
Uh-huh.
But I hope it does. I wish them every success because, you know, they're a very talented studio and they're small and they need all the support they can get.
Like we need a game like this to be like fairly successful, like for the good of VR basically. So like, especially if it looks as good as it ends up being as good as it looks. Like, I don't want a game like this to fail miserably because that's not good for VR. Like, for a good studio like this to make a quality game that no one buys, it's just gonna.
Yeah, as long as it is a quality game. I mean, we're assuming.
Well,
it
yes,
will be, you know.
I'm definitely assuming, but in my opinion, it looks like it's going to be decent from all the gameplay I've seen and the trailers. Like, I don't have any reason not to believe that. So, but if it flops, then that's not a good sign. That's just more of the narrative about VR is just a place where you put your games out to die, and then developers are just going to slowly stop making games for it. Just why would we bother? No one buys them.
Those developers who are thinking, you know, we want to make a VR game, but we don't want to be held back by Quest. Can we just do PSVR 2 and PC VR? Then they look at the sales or something like that. And if it flops, they're like, well, we need to do Quest. Realistically, if we want to make money, we have to do Quest.
We have to, yeah, or else we don't get our money back from our endeavor. So, like,
even
they're kind of stuck because then they need to downgrade to make it run on a Quest.
Yeah.
So then the PSVR 2 people aren't happy because it doesn't look as good as they expect it to look, and it's just
it's a vicious cycle. A vicious cycle.
Yeah.
It's just such a shame that Quest is the dominant one and not the PSVR 2. You know.
Yep. In a perfect world, the best headset would be winning, but we live in a weird world where people don't want to play the most quality headset because it has a cable and I can't play with the cable.
Well, you know, probably something to do with the price as well. And
no, it's all about the cable. It's all about the cable.
Well, it's very limited too. If it had, you know, you can browse the internet, do YouTube, do the other social
YouTube viewer. That's crazy.
All the other social apps, I feel like it will be a little bit more appealing. But it's just like, no, you only connect this and you play these games and you can't do anything else. And I think that hurts as well.
It's very limiting, but
I saw someone on Twitter today post. I can't remember who it was on Twitter, so sorry, whoever it was. But there's some like chart they had to show what most people were using, like what apps they were using the most with their headsets, and I was like, that fucking Gorilla Tag was number 1, and number 2 was YouTube VR, and then number 3 was like, I don't know, whatever else is big. But like, it's crazy that YouTube, because we had YouTube VR and PSVR 1, and we're not getting this on PSVR 2. It's just so fucking
weird.
So much writing on the wall that you can't even see the letters anymore. It's just paint. It's just black paint on the wall now.
Just poop.
Well,
it's just poop. That's right.
Don't forget your friend's uncle is gonna
not mine. That's Matt's friend.
Well, yeah.
Matt was
what
I mean.
They're gonna drop the big announcement any day.
His friend's uncle, his mother, sister, brother.
His friend's uncle's cousin's former roommate is gonna.
They'd be dropping
something big.
Drop The Last of Us VR any day now, and then God of War VR, and then
I hope he comes through for us. I hope that guy.
Big time. And then of course, they got like a third-party deal going on with Rockstar for GTA 6 to launch day 1 PSVR 2. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. LSB says bad games should fail VR. Should fail VR or not. But Arcane Age looks solid. Yeah, I don't expect Arcane
Well,
Age to be
bad games, 100%. Bad games are bad games, whether they're flat or VR. But I'm just saying a good quality game that just doesn't do well is just sad.
Yeah.
Like, just not enough player base, like, to go around all the games, like.
And dangerous. Dangerous for the future support.
Yeah. Because if the player base is so small that, like, you know, some people can only afford, like, okay, which game can I buy, like, every, like, you know, 4 to 5 months I can buy one game. And just like, well, what game are they going to spend their money on if that's the case? And how many people are like that? And that's like a thin player base to stretch through as many games as that route. So
yeah,
not everybody can just buy every game that comes out. So
Matt says, so truthfully, are we all just early adapters with VR, or will it fully take off and surpass flat games eventually? I don't know if it'll ever surpass.
Once we have the chip, once everybody has a chip on their brain,
yeah,
that's what's gonna surpass the
yeah.
Will that be VR though? Will that count as VR? Or will that be a different type of VR? You know, like neural reality or some shit like that.
maybe something else. But yeah, I don't think this is gonna be mainstream
Matrix.
or anything.
Yeah.
As much as people want it to, we just need this game. Wait, no, it's never going to be. I mean, not never, but not in a fucking long time. You know, the kids really need to be pushed and grown into the fucking VR, and everybody needs to like it. I feel like there's just a lot of people now that they're used to playing games but not VR, so they don't want to make the jump for whatever reason. But I feel like if you just brainwash the little kids,
Well, hold on a sec. I just said like Gorilla Tag, so there's like millions of kids playing that shit. So when they grow up, that's when maybe there's gonna be a market there.
right? Because they'll force their kids to play VR, and then everybody's gonna play VR since they're kids, and that's gonna be more mainstream.
Racist.
What do you mean?
Rogue says PSVR 2 is just late to market. They took too long. Yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe. It definitely felt like we were waiting a year too long. But would it have been a success if it came out sooner? I don't know if it would have. Maybe it would be doing better.
Cheaper, yes.
Yeah.
A bit cheaper.
Deadeye Dan says, couldn't they make downgraded graphics for Quest, but better graphics for PSVR 2, kind of like they do for the PS4 and PS4 Pro? Again, though, my big thing with that is it's not just graphics.
The size of the game is like the game is still the game. Depending on, it doesn't matter if it looks better or not. It's the size and the scope of the game they can't change.
Like this level needs to be designed a certain way because this can't be loaded in on a Quest in time, or these many enemies can't be on screen at once, or etc.
Yeah, all those problems.
Donnie says the PSVR 2 cord issue shouldn't be in the discussion for so many reasons, and it's just something to bitch about. Honestly, it's like the last issue, like so low down on the totem pole of issues of PSVR 2, the cord. So many more important things to worry about.
Very true.
Already from what I've seen, the Quest runs better when it's connected with its cord. So why is it okay for Meta but not Sony? Because as soon as you say that, then they'll be like, well, it's optional. I don't have to use the cord if I don't want to.
What do you mean? What runs better?
Or even you said yourself when you're the link to the PC.
No,
You
I
said
said that the Steam version of Contractors, they had their issues, and it doesn't work properly. Now I play with the meta version now of the PC meta version, and it's fucking smooth.
Okay.
So I mean, maybe if you really want to be specific, it might run better because it's on a wire. But if you have a solid connection, or I mean, if you play the standalone version for Contractors runs fucking smooth. Very smooth.
Okay.
So buy one. Buy one right now.
No.
Amazon Prime deal.
Deladan says, if AI can keep advancing, will it be able to make VR games and get us all hooked into the Matrix and enslave us? I think we will see AI like that. You can just type the prompt in and it makes the game you want. But that's like years and years away. Quest came out in 2019 when PSVR was dominant, says Rogue. That's true. Cord or not, Quest users were originally all about PC VR and Half-Life Alyx. Danny says, but Showdown is only one game, so that's not a good example. All right, listen, we got to wrap it up. Running out of steam here. My eyes are getting all messed up.
Oh,
Jackpot needs
You'll
to
I
make
missed
tuck it
purchase.
out. You'll
I missed
tuck it out.
I missed the days of gaming. I want them back. I need to start playing.
You're gonna get the adapter
Phasmophobia.
soon, Muzz, and you're not gonna be depressed anymore because you're gonna see all these games that you've been missing.
Contractors.
More than that,
What
and
the prob-
Pumpkin's gonna be surprised of his
I'm
computer
annoyed
because he's gonna be like,
listen.
"Oh my god, I can't believe it!
I'm
So
annoyed.
fast."
I'm annoyed that the adapter is probably going to be on the 7th, but then that probably just means you can order it on the 7th, so maybe you have to wait another few days for it to arrive.
Don't you have
That's my
stores?
worry.
They serve retails,
No,
right? Or
no,
retails.
like they don't say any in Ireland are getting it. Apparently there's some in like Denmark or something. It's listed in some shops in Denmark.
Oh no! And then there's going to be a
Move to
delay and
Denmark.
a problem with shipping, and it's delayed, and
Yeah,
it's not going
so
to be
much
out until
stress.
like a
So
month
much
later.
stress. PC gaming's trash.
You're never gonna get it anymore.
PC gaming's trash.
Embarrassing.
Oh no!
All right, goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
What the fuck is this?